I'll call this meeting to order. Pursuant with the requirements of the Open Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting had been published in the Burlington County Times and the Courier Post on the 18th day of January 2026 and the Pine Barrens Tribune on the 16th day of January 2026. Additionally posted on the official bulletin board of the Township of Pemberton on the 12th day of January 2026. Those wishing to be notified of changes, scheduled meetings were notified via email or regular mail. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Dewey?
Here.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Here.
Mr. Ward will be absent. Mr. Doyle?
Here.
Mr. Harper?
Here. All right. First tonight, we have a presentation and update from our Boy Scout who is doing the scrap metal project. Please come on up. No? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm confused. Come on up and give your presentation.
I'll look. So I have it all written down.
That's
Thank you
all right.
very much. Hello. First of all, I'd like to thank all the members of council and the mayor who is apparently not here tonight.
He's in traffic.
Of course. My Eagle Scout project has been in the making for some time now. It is right there. I made American flag retirement boxes to be put throughout the community. It is my honor that I present them to the council and township with the hopes of bettering our community and honoring the American flag. I would first like to give a special thanks to someone in Public Works Department named Kevin W. for his help with the first stages of my Eagle Scout project. He helped me deliver the materials to my home when I didn't have a vehicle that was capable of it, and also delivered them to the township building today. I would also like to make note that each of the members of council, as well as the mayor, are invited to my Eagle Scout Court of Honor when it does take place, and I will be sending out notices to each of you when that date is chosen. 3 of these boxes are indeed here with us today. 1 is there, 2 are out in the hallway. 1 has already been given to the Tabernacle Fire and Rescue Center as a gift to my Scoutmaster for his help in completing the project as well. I would like to also give a special thanks to the Scouts of Troop 439, my troop, and the adult leaders for their assistance in the completion of my Eagle Scout project. Without them and your guys' approval, none of this would have been possible in the first place. My goal is really to get American flags the honor and respect they deserve, so that way they are not thrown out in the garbage bins when they are too damaged to be kept up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chase. Very good job. All right, and for a change tonight, there'll be no closed session. There's no need for a closed session. That means we can move right on to public comment, which we're all waiting for constantly. Council's intention is to preserve the level of respect, courtesy, and civility required to successfully conduct the public's business. In this regard, the council should be addressed during public participation as a collective body and not individual members. In order to respect the speaker's time, council members will not engage in a dialogue or debate with the speaker. However, council members should feel free to ask the speaker a question or questions once recognized by the council president for the purpose of clarification. Council members can offer comments on the speaker's remarks once the speaker has concluded his or her comments in their allotted 5-minute time frame. All right. Anyone for public comment?
Hello, name is Betty Baden and 5 Chandler Street. Good evening, council members. My name is Betty Baden, and I live on South Lake Shore Drive. I'm speaking tonight formally to petition Pemberton Township to authorize an immediate traffic study and speed assessment for South Lake Shore Drive. Every single day from my front window and yard, I watch vehicles race through our neighborhood, speed levels that completely disregard the posted speed limit of 25 miles per hour. South Lake Shore has no sidewalks, yet it serves a daily thoroughfare for pedestrians of all ages. Neighbors exercise, residents walking to their destinations, and children walking to and from their bus stops. Our street is shared by cars, family, and wildlife, including ducks and protected geese that are unfortunately routinely struck and killed. This is not a theoretical concern, it is an immediate public safety crisis. Just yesterday, a woman was struck by a car and transported to the hospital. I don't know the updates of her, of how she's doing. A little over a year ago, another severe crash occurred, a hit and run that left a young man with traumatic brain injury, devastating his parents and shaking the neighborhood. His parents actually came by our petition signing event and told us their story firsthand. We cannot wait for another life-altering tragedy before taking action. A formal traffic study is the necessary data-driven first step toward identifying effective solutions, whether that includes increased police reinforcement, radar speed signs, or speed calming infrastructure. I urge the council to direct Township Engineering and Police Department to initiate a comprehensive traffic study on South Lake Shore without delay. Thank you for your time and prioritizing the safety of our community. I would also like to thank some of the council members who actually took the time to come out and talk to the community and listen to what we had to say. We really appreciate that. I have here the South Lake Shore Traffic Safety Petition sheets. We've collected 64 signatures. I know that we only needed 30, but we got 64, so we're really proud of ourselves for that. Another thing that I wanted to point out too is that we didn't have that much time to go out and collect these signatures. We went out 2 times. Each time was 2 hours, both on weekdays, and we were able to still get 64 signatures from our neighbors. So that just goes to show that there is a need for it and that our neighbors, most of them, support this. So if you have any questions for me, I will do my best to answer them.
Yeah. I want a similar note. We had a massive problem with people drag racing in Country Lakes on the main road there, and they installed those little speed bumps. Those pretty much eliminated the speeding problem overnight. Because you go over those things over 20 miles an hour, your suspension is shot.
Right. And you know what? I'm not a professional at determining what needs to be done.
Mhm.
You know, some people are not for speed bumps, some people are for them. And I do like the ones over there because they look like they can be taken up, that they're
Yeah.
not a permanent fixture. So, you know, when winter comes,
Mhm.
snow, those can be pulled up.
Yeah.
It seems that in the summer months, the warmer months, is when the speeding and the reckless driving usually occurs. We've had a lot of, and I just came to find this out, that we have a lot of motorcyclists that will learn how to take a curve
Mhm.
around Mirror Lake. So I didn't have a speed gun on me or anything like that, but they were doing in excess of 25 miles per hour for sure,
Mhm.
you know, and causing a lot of trouble. And you know, and another thing is, when we were collecting the signatures for the petition, everybody who signed this had a story to tell, an incident to, you know, connect with this situation. So it was really good to just be able to go out there, talk to the neighbors, and just connect with them on that level and find out what's really happening. And like I said, there was a terrible accident, not on South Lake Shore Drive, but North Lake Shore Drive.
Mhm.
And that just goes to show that, you know, maybe a study could be performed on a couple of roads over there. We have taken this to social media platforms as well as a Neighbors app. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they work in cooperation with the Ring app. So it's a really good way for people to say, oh, hey, what was that noise? There's smoke coming from it. Anyways, you're connecting with your neighbors on that. And I posted about this on there, got a ton of positive comments stating, oh, can you do an online petition? We wanted to keep it, in ink on paper for you guys. So I think that you're going to have a really good response if you do the survey, and we would really appreciate it. Safer communities. Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but Ro, is there any chance, I've been watching on social media for the last few weeks and there's been a lot of complaints on South Lake. Any chance we can reach out to Chief Glass tomorrow and see if we can get the box put out there and get those numbers? I know it was done in another section of town and the numbers that came back in a 30-mile-per-hour zone were horrific. And our current man running administration at the time did absolutely nothing about it but put speed humps in front of his own house. So I'm sure we have people now in the right places to get that stuff done. I don't think it's going to be a problem to get the box out there and get those numbers for you.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
I really appreciate it. And who do I give this to?
You can bring them right up to me and
Okay, Harry.
Betty,
got
if
it.
I could throw something out there, I grew up in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, there was half the cars that you have today. And there's no shoulder.
Mm.
There's no place for bicycles. And hopefully we can get to the bottom of this because it's a dangerous, dangerous road.
It really is, and there's really not room,
There's
to
no room.
expand that road. So it's kind of like, well, what are our other options?
I mean,
Speed bumps or
on both sides of roads, if you have kids on bicycles or walking, you just about have to stop till they get past you to do anything.
which there are so many. Like I said,
people aren't going to do that.
my front yard and my windows all face Lakeshore Drive. I'm right on it. So I see kids walking, especially in the summertime, and then like 5 minutes after they're gone, you see a couple of cars speeding after them, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I hope nothing bad happens. So anyways, thank you so much for such a quick response, and I will let everybody know in our neighborhood. Hopefully they watch this online. And here you go, Harry.
okay, thank you very much. And I did give the chief of police and DPW a notice that this was coming, after I was out there at one of your signings and stuff. And so they do have a heads up that this is coming. And I know I have seen increased patrols down there, but that's not necessarily going to solve all the problems. So you're welcome.
Good evening, Council President Harper, members of Town Council, and everybody over there, and the residents. I'm Marty Graf Wenger, President of Browns Mills Improvement Association. First, I'd like to thank Betty for speaking tonight and for all the hard work she and the South Lake Shore residents have put into bringing this issue forward. While Betty has addressed the specific concerns on South Lake Shore Drive, I'd like to speak from the perspective of the BMIA. For more than a century, the Browns Mills Improvement Association has served as an advocate for people of Browns Mills. One of our responsibilities is listening when residents tell us they have concerns that affect public safety and the quality of life. Over the past several weeks, we've watched this effort grow from conversations among neighbors into a true community effort. Residents have come together, shared their experiences, and worked respectfully to bring this request before you because they believe something needs to be done before someone is seriously hurt again. The Browns Mills Improvement Association proudly supports residents' request for a professional traffic study on South Lake Shore Drive. A traffic study provides objective information and allows future decisions to be based on facts, engineering, and data rather than opinions, and it is a responsible first step towards identifying practical solutions that improve safety for everyone who lives, walks, bicycles, or drives along the roadway. So thank you for taking time to hear our resident this evening, and we appreciate your thoughtful consideration of the request. Before I conclude, I'd just like to share a few BMIA events. First of all, I did not know about this, and I have a flag in my car. And I've been looking for a flag drop box, so I'm going to be using that. I think that's great. Our annual community planning event will be on Sunday, August 23rd at 2 p.m. at our building on 40 Arbutus Street. This is one of the most important meetings of the year because it's where we Our members help shape the direction of the BMIA for the coming year, 2027. We'll be discussing new programs, community service projects, advocacy efforts, and community events. We'll also be signing up volunteers for our committees. And whether your interests are community events, advocacy, publicity, legislation, fundraising, helping the environment, town planning, or simply just helping your neighbors, there's a place for you to get involved. We also have openings on our board of directors. If you've ever wanted to take a more active role in serving Browns Mills, we encourage you to attend the planning meeting, learn more about the organization, and consider accepting a nomination. Our board of directors election will take place during our annual meeting on September 27th. Then on Friday, September 4th, at 7 p.m., we'll be hosting our back to school karaoke night at BMIA. It's a great event of music, laughter, fellowship, and BMI members will enjoy our fantastic free food while spending time with friends and neighbors singing. Also on September 27th, the same day as our elections, beginning at 2 p.m., the BMIA will host our nonpartisan mayor and town council candidate forum. Every candidate has been invited and will receive equal time to introduce themselves and answer questions submitted in advance by BMIA members. This forum is about helping residents become informed before they vote. It gives everyone the opportunity to hear, hear directly from the candidates, compare their ideas, and better understand where they stand on the issues that affect our community. An informed voter is a stronger voter, and we encourage everyone to attend regardless of political affiliation. We'll also be hosting our school board candidates forum on Sunday, October 25th at 2 p.m. Education, as we all know, affects every taxpayer and every family in our community. This forum will give residents an opportunity to hear directly from those candidates, learn about their priorities, and make informed decisions before Election Day. The Browns Mills Improvement Association has proudly served this community for more than a century, and we remain committed to our mission of neighbors helping neighbors through community service, advocacy, and fellowship. Thank you for your time this evening, and thank you for your continued service to residents of Pemberton Township.
Thank you, Marty. Anyone else?
Hello, gentlemen. My name is Crystal Sabo. I live here in Pemberton Township. The reason I'm here tonight is I am glad that construction is being done on the road up at Wawa, and my understanding it's township cops that have been doing it. A few weeks ago when they started it, I was at Wawa, and I asked the cop where the detour directed me to go home. And he explained it, and I asked him politely about why there was no notice to us about this construction being done. And his answer was if I didn't like it, I could come to a town council meeting and I could tell you gentlemen that as a community, citizen, whatever, that there should be notice for us in advance. And the cop's answer was this was a county project. I'm sorry, I drive down to Browns Mills. I pass this police station all the time. You guys do great advertising with your little thing over there about National Night Out and everything else. It would be nice to the people who live up closer to that division between borough and township when there's going to be construction in our area so we aren't stuck last minute. Like, it's a little crazy to have to leave Wawa, to leave Pemberton, to go to 38 just to come back in town. And especially with no notice. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, let me first there. Crystal, we're sorry about that. There was some confusion on the traffic pattern there the first couple of days, but we did get it corrected. We don't know how that happened, but and that's all I have to say about it. Danny?
Well, that notification should have came from what, the water department or public works about the, I mean, it was a cluster.
So sometimes what they do is the contractor will be responsible for the notification. It usually goes out a few days prior. They'll put like a door knocker on each of the doors. I will find out tomorrow what this project was and who the officer was out there representing Pemberton.
Because it was mass confusion. We were coming from North Pemberton Road. We had the green light, and the cars were already backed up past the light. I mean, it was screwed up. So hopefully they got better traffic cops out there. Okay. Thank you.
Dan, did you see my little, yeah. Yeah. Alex Costa, 2950 Route 70. Resolution 227, 2026. Why are we rescinding this? 228, 2026. How long has the grace period been extended for? 229, 2026. What is the cause of what is the cause to terminate this grant? In other words, why are we terminating the grant? What are the reasons? 230, 2026. What exactly are we getting for $32,000 more in this amendment? 234, 2026. About how many miles of pipe are we getting lined? 235, 2026. Will this change order extend the project's completion date, or will this project still be on time? How much is the bill list? And I just have a few comments. It's been a little over 2 weeks now since the last meeting when I brought up the street sign between Route 70 and Washington Boulevard. It still hasn't been done, so I don't know if we're still waiting for the sign to be ordered or if we have our own sign making department. But please definitely make sure Public Works, as soon as they get a sign or if they have the sign, do it as quickly as they can. I know the weather hasn't been great. Trust me, I was out today mowing and I got caught in the rain with 2 other guys, and it's not fun when you have to cut in the rain. But it did feel pretty good, though. I will say that. Also, I wanted to just say Oak Pines, the development off of Magnolia, right there off of, it's called Lakeview Terrace, the road. It runs parallel to Magnolia. There's a litter sign, and somebody mowed the sign down. Now it's just crooked. So definitely make note of that to, I guess, pull the pole out and put a new one in. I also want to know, has there been any progress with Mr. Ellie for the old EMS building? Or what is exactly happening, where the negotiation stands with that? Any word on a grocery store since the last meeting? And has the developer given us a timeline for when the Wawa and the Taco Bell construction will begin? Also, do we know if we're going to be getting any speakers in the back anytime soon? And lastly, I know it's been a very controversial topic as of late. I'm sure if you haven't seen the Facebook comments, I know there was a letter that was written. My personal take, before the letter should have been written, I would have sought the councilman's response or clarification of what he meant before the letter went out. That would have been my personal take before the letter went out. All right. Thank you.
All right, Alex. Let's see. 227. Okay, we're rescinding that because we didn't need to use it. You know, that was just put in preparation if the tax bills weren't ready by a certain time. 228 is extending the third period. Charles, I think you know the exact dates on that.
September 8th is the new date for the end of the grace period.
Okay.
All right, and then 229, we're terminating that. We made 2 attempts to try to do it within the DEP's realm, and every time we thought we had something, the DEP moved the goalposts. So we're going to stop moving forward. At this point in time, our engineers gave it their best try, but this is the second project that we've canceled because the DEP keeps changing their minds on what they want. Yeah. 230. This is a relationship to the DCA, another state agency that we are getting money, trying to get money from. they again keep moving the goalpost. We've sent plans to them 4 different times, and every time they keep changing, and therefore the engineer is asking for a little more money for all the changes that were being made. Yeah, but
May I ask what kind of changes?
it ranges in scope of work, area of work, stuff like that. So it's a broad range. So we'll be discussing that one a little more later in the meeting. 234. Jen, do you know the total length of pipe there?
So it's just over 10,000 feet of pipe, but it also needs to be clear that with each pipe, you also have to worry about all of the other things that are connected to it, manholes, and then there's also traffic control, and most of those are county roads. So it's while we're lining 10,000 feet of pipe, there's much more that goes into it than just pipelining.
Thank you, Jen. 235 on that one. The reason we're hoping there's going to be no delay. We're if we approve this tonight, that's so they can get back to work right away. We're still going to go back after NV5, who's the planner on that one, because there is still money in the fund. But again, we're dealing with the federal government on that one, so that takes even longer. So we want this job to move along. We're hoping we'll approve this tonight so it can move along more quickly. Bill list, Charles, I know you got that one covered.
The total bill list for this period is $705,810.89, of which the biggest item this time around was our insurance payment of $196,825.61. So other township expenses for this period totaled $508,985.28.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Charles. That takes care of the bill list. The street sign, 70 in Washington Row, will you check into that, see what's going on with that? I remember you bringing it up last time, but I don't remember what happened. And I guess also the sign at Oak Pines there. The Ellie situation, we brought that up at the last meeting. We've reached an impasse with them, and they're.
So I guess.
The building is still ours.
Okay.
What does the sign say on 70?
70? It's Washington Boulevard and Route 70.
Okay.
But it's in the flower bed on the right side.
Yeah.
So,
would that be state because of the state road, or is it township? Same thing with Magnolia Road. That's a county road.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where it's to be placed. I guess Roe can find out tomorrow.
What is it? You're saying the street sign?
yeah, it's like faded out and can't really read the words.
Isn't there one hanging from the traffic signal above Route 70?
Well, yeah, but
you're not.
There's a pole in the. I didn't know.
All right, so we'll
maybe just take.
So we'll either take the pole out or we'll put a new sign up.
Oh, no, I just figured I'd bring it to your attention.
No problem. How's things going with the new job?
Going pretty good, but if you want any of the details, you gotta
no
contact the township manager.
Just good or bad, that's all I need to know. Thanks for getting out into the working world.
Does that mean no more 2 a.m. emails?
Well, I could set the time.
My phone has more room in it, I know now.
Good evening, Justine Miller, 311 Shoshone Trail. Sorry I missed you at the last meeting. I was in Iceland and Switzerland. Girl Scout Troop 21072 has safely returned from our trip, and it was truly the adventure of a lifetime. We climbed mountains, stood beneath breathtaking waterfalls soaked in the Blue Lagoon. We learned about the geothermal energy that powers much of Iceland, and while we were there, a volcano became active, but we were safely far enough away that it did not impact our travel. And then in Switzerland, we hiked through the Swiss Alps, tasted authentic Swiss cheese, made our own chocolate, experienced some of the most beautiful scenery we've ever seen. And after Iceland's cool, rainy weather, Switzerland's sunshine and stunning landscapes were a welcome change. This trip was especially meaningful because in just 2 weeks,
all of these girls will begin their next great adventure as they head off to college. It was a beautiful way to celebrate the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. On behalf of Troop 21072, I want to sincerely thank everybody in this community for supporting us over the past several years. Your encouragement and generosity helped make this once-in-a-lifetime experience possible for our girls, and we are incredibly grateful. And if anyone wants to see photos, I'd be happy to share them with you after the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Justine. I'm glad your girls enjoyed their trip.
First, I'm Pat Guthrie at 317 Birmingham Road. I first would like to just let everybody know in the room, when you come up here to speak, you're supposed to sign in. And we've had more speakers than what we have signed in here. So I just thought I'd pass that out there so that people remember to sign in. I just want to reiterate on 2/28/2026. Does that mean I don't have to rush in here on August 10th to pay my taxes? I can wait till September 8th. I'd like to know if 230 with the Alamo and 233 are kind of connected, and that we are going to try and get the lights and the projects done that we wanted to have done on Vermeer Lake. And for 234, I'm just maybe, because I don't know how these lining things work. I'm just wondering at $2 million, is it actually more cost effective to put a lining in the pipes, or better to just replace the pipes? Because we're not going anywhere. Maybe if it's that bad, I mean, how long is the lining going to last compared to replacing the pipes? That's a lot of money to be spending for something that is just going to be a temporary fix. So those are my only questions.
I'm going to let our engineer answer the hardest question first.
Thank you. I felt like I was going to get that honor. So it's actually more cost effective to line it than to put in new pipes. Those pipes are what in the engineering field we term transition mains, so they're all larger diameter pipes. So what you would need to do to put new pipes in the ground would be much more costly, with them being located on county roads and all the bypassing you would have to do rather than just lining them. And lining is not a short-term fix. Those liners will last for another 50 to 75 years. So we're actually maintaining the integrity of the pipes for longer, so they do not need to be replaced.
Thank you, Jen, for that information.
Thank you.
On 228, Patty, the bill should be out to you by August 10th, and you do have till September 8th. Sooner the better, obviously. We don't want to have any issues. And 230 and 233 are not related, but we're, as again I said, with 230, we're trying, I believe Ro and I are trying to get a meeting together with the DCA and our engineers so we can work out all these issues at one time and cut out this. We have our engineer do something, then they send it to them, wait 2 weeks to hear back. Hopefully we'll be able to get that meeting set up and move this along. Believe me, I'm very discouraged myself how slow government runs. I mean, if we were in total control of this, it would have been in the process by now, but unfortunately we have to answer to the people who are giving us the money. So
Okay, and I just wanted to just make 2 additional statements. I really support the traffic study on South Lakeshore Drive, being that I grew up in this area. That really is a dangerous road. I'm actually guilty too, from when I was younger, riding motorcycles, to seeing how fast you can go around a curve. And in which case I also got terribly injured doing that. So maybe if we had something like that, people will think twice before playing around on the streets. And as far as the incident that happened out there where the road construction, I'm wondering, you guys have a sign out here. Is there signs anywhere else in Pemberton that kind of like list things that are going on? Or sometimes I feel like we're forgotten out in Birmingham. Like we're like the entrance way coming into Pemberton. Maybe we should have something there that says kind of like what's going on and give heads up to the people coming into Pemberton. And even on the back end there near Presidential Lakes, maybe some kind of announcement board out there, especially letting people just driving down the road know, hey, we got something going on in Whites Bogs, or come out to Mirror Lake because it's a nice place to visit. It might bring more people into our town. But yeah, that traffic was really, really crazy. I actually texted Mr. Doyle there because I didn't know what was going on, and there were some people working out at the creek from the farm or fire and forest thing cleaning up at the creek, and they said they didn't know what was going on either. So it was kind of like everybody was surprised, and we had a mess load of traffic coming down Birmingham Road. Traffic that we had trucks on there that weren't even supposed to be there. But just a thought. I know I don't want the township to spend any more money. But if we had just something out there to like let people know what's going on coming in, and maybe something on the other end of town, letting know when people are going out. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Anyone else for public comment? Okay, come up and sign in. Yeah, that's all right. Not a problem. It was your first time. Anyone else for public comment? Come on up.
Joe Anderson, 41 Lindbergh Avenue, Browns Mills. So the first thing I wanted to ask Chief Glass, but I see he's not here tonight, along with Public Works and Recreation. I don't know where all our supervisors went all of a sudden. Maybe you can address this, Doyle, since you were a police officer at one time. I had an incident last night on the way up to the show here last night. I pulled out of my house, Browns Mills Avenue. You know where that's at. At around 6 o'clock, looked both ways, pulled out, made a right, went over the hill, and there was a patrol car coming the other way with its lights, flashing lights, headlights, all kind of lights. Cars were moving over. I was the first one coming towards him. I moved over. But there was no sirens at all. And when he went by me, I looked in the mirror, and he went up over that hill. If he wasn't doing 70, at least 70 miles an hour over that hill. If I had come out of Browns Mills Avenue and was making a left to go towards town, I would have never heard him coming. So this has got to be addressed about these. I mean, I could get a target on my back now from the officer. He's complaining now about the police officers. Something's got to be done about speeding with these. I understand you have to speed to go to a call probably sometimes, I don't know. But to come up over a blind hill like that with no sirens or around a bend, it's not worth trying to kill somebody to go save somebody. I don't know what your protocol is with that. You know more than I do about it. All right. So that was one of my questions. If somebody could address that, I don't know. But the other thing that was on my mind, Alex touched on it, was about what happened on social media this last couple weeks about what Dan Dewey said at the town hall about the firemen. Let's just put it out there. I mean, he used some bad choice of words. That's how I looked at it. But I've never seen a post on social media from Dan Dewey, from Charles, or Harry, or you, Butchie, or Josh, complaining about other people on the council or the mayor. You just never post nothing. If you have a problem, I guess you handle it between yourselves up here. Why we have a Pemberton Township website on Facebook that posts stuff about what Danny had said, that's just totally wrong, in my opinion. Just like what Alex said, I believe the mayor should have called Danny in, had to talk with him about what he said. This can't be played out on social media because it's just wrong. Can't do that. So I mean, some of the language that was in that memo about admonishing him, I mean, from the mayor, I think the mayor forgets a couple things he's done on this council with Harry, when Harry sat right there. The way he sent an email to Joshua Ward telling him he didn't care about Pemberton Township. Now he has an incident with Danny. What's it going to be next? You, Butch? I don't think he'll have an incident with you, will he? The mayor. That's all I got.
Which one do you want me to start with? The police thing?
Yeah, the police.
Okay. I can only speak, obviously I can't speak up to date today because I've been out for 5 years. Every call that comes out, there's a level 1, level 2, level 3 response. When you sign on to a call, you have to indicate what response level you're responding at. Level 1 is lights and sirens, and exceeding the speed limit all the way. They are top priority calls: physical, domestic, gun, bank robbery, arson, things of the highest crimes. Okay. Level 2 response is lights and sirens when you get to intersections to navigate you quickly through an intersection, such as you would see an ambulance do. That is obeying the speed limit to responding to the call. Level 3 response is a just normal routine, no lights, no sirens, just signing onto a call to respond because it's your area. They're the 3 response levels. At the beginning of every shift, every officer checks his vehicle, make sure the lights, the sirens, everything's working. All of our vehicles are GPS covered. That is tracked and recorded. So if there is a concern about a particular date, time, you can go to the police station, and as a concerned citizen, you can ask, or you can tell them what happened, and they can look it up. I'm pretty sure they'd be able to look that incident up and determine whether or not, everything was done properly. What was your next one?
Did you say that each call had sirens included?
No.
No.
I said each call the officer determines whether it is a level 1 priority call or a level 2 response, which just means when they get to intersections or traffic signals, they activate their lights and their sirens to navigate through that intersection at a more rapid pace.
Right.
And then they return, turn the lights off, turn the sirens off, go back to normal speed.
Now, you born and raised here. What's your opinion about what coming up over Blind Hill?
Now you're going to get my opinion.
Yes.
People are complaining about speeding. I completely understand that. People will complain about speeding until it's your mom or your wife or your child that's having a heart attack or being attacked or house is on fire. Right. Then everybody wants all the police officers doing 110 miles an hour, which I have done to all of the above calls in my career, and I proudly stand behind that. Okay. Knock on wood, I'm an officer who's never been involved in a motor vehicle crash because of my driving, because I put my life up there just as well as anybody else's. I've put my life on the line behind the steering wheel to come save some of you.
Okay.
Anybody would ever have had a problem with that, I would love to have had a one-on-one conversation with you and the chief of police officers regarding my response to a call or anything. Yet in 20 years, never had that problem. And
knock on
I'm
wood.
not a cop anymore, so it's not going to happen
But
now.
what happens to, what do you say to the family if that one incident happens?
I'm sorry, say again?
What do you say to the family that one incident does happen? An innocent family like that.
I understand
And it
your
has happened
concerns.
in this township.
But you're asking what? Yes, it has. Long time ago, just
Yes.
before my career started, it did.
What do you say then?
I hope I never have to figure that out, Joe. And as far as your last comment about me and Matt, nobody up here will ever know how much Matt and I disagree on things. But the one thing Matt and I have is a friendship that we established when we were council together.
Right.
That has not left since he's become the mayor, but I can tell you right now, Matt and I disagree on things more than we agree on things. And we beat heads, but we do it on the telephone, we do it behind closed doors. One thing it does not affect is our friendship. Work is work, play is play.
Right.
I don't deny either one of them. Let me tell you something. When he wants to bounce something off of me, he gets my heartfelt opinion of the people who put me in
You
this
say
seat.
you disagree on certain things?
Certain things, more than 50% of the things that we talk about. Yep.
That's funny. I
But
just
you'll
never saw
never
it.
know about it.
Because, yeah, I didn't see it on social media. Matt didn't.
You'll
post
never
it.
see any
Why
comments
didn't
from
Matt
me.
post it on social media?
You'll never see comments from me or anybody else up here, I believe,
I
on
just
social
don't understand
media.
why Matt didn't post that on social media when he had a disagreement with you.
You'll have to ask Matt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Joe, yeah, as far as I agree, you're right. There should be nothing worked out in social media. I mean, and this isn't the only thing. I mean, but people tend to go to social media a lot of times with things, and we can't do anything about it.
Right.
I mean, it's not just something that happens, over a disagreement between the mayor and a council person or something. Things play out in social media all the time. You're on it. I'm
Right.
not. That's one of the reasons I stay off of it. So that things are better left done in person. In my
Agreed.
opinion, and that's about the only thing I can say about that.
So it said in the memo that you were going to admonish Dewey. Is that true? Or
What's it going to do? What?
admonish? Is that what it said?
Never heard anything about it. News to me.
Hmm.
That must have been a comment I missed on
Yeah,
Facebook.
not on social media, so I
Hmm.
I don't know anything about.
You know about the memo, right?
I heard there was a letter sent, and that's as far as because I'm not on social
Okay.
media. That's it. And
I mean,
nothing was brought to my attention to address here tonight.
Okay. Where's Matt? Still stuck in traffic? Last word?
I guess.
He said if he made it here tonight, it was going to be late.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe Fallon, 32 Clubhouse Road. Good evening. I really wasn't going to get up here tonight, but because of the speeding issue on South Lake Shore, I've been out at night with walking my dogs, and I'm on the other side. I'm on Clubhouse. So I'm across the lake. And I can hear the exhaust from, I'm guessing, motorcycles. And I will say they're going like a bat out of hell. You can hear it going up the lake, but you also hear it coming down our side. This has been a problem since forever. And I not across the lake like that. That's something recent that it really has noticed. But I've had enough of that right where I am, where that S-curve is coming out of Lakehurst Road. You come down and you make that left and then you make a right. It's an S-curve. I can't tell you how many cars have hit trees right there because they're exceeding the speed limit. and they go past my place, probably doing 40, 45, 50. So it's a problem all the way around that lake. At one point, I used to spend a lot of time on a bicycle out there training for the MS-150. I stopped doing that about 10 years ago because it was getting a little hairy out there, and I was getting a little older, and I wouldn't take a fall on the ground very easily. But I've had some close calls out there because of that. So it's an issue that's been ongoing. I think it's just getting worse now. I don't know if it's one person or if it's multiple people, but you can hear it out there. And the other issue I've brought up before, and because they're talking about lighting on the dam and everything, limited sight line coming out of Clubhouse onto Lakehurst Road. That fence sticks out far enough that you have to push out into the traffic lane to actually see to the left. If you're making a left-hand turn there, you're really playing dodgeball out there when you're trying to get out in traffic, because it's people are speeding across the dam, trying to beat the light up at the top of the hill, and the people are coming off that, trying to get down the other end before the light changes. But the sight line is really bad. If anybody has sat out there on Clubhouse Road and looked left trying to make a left-hand turn, it's as bad going right if there's somebody on your left in a bigger vehicle you can't see. You have to wait for them to make their left-hand turn before you can make a right turn. You make it at the same time thinking they're going to get hit before you will. But that's a problem, and it's only going to get worse. It's been a problem right along. I've mentioned it before, but I'm bringing it up now because it's become a bigger problem. So those are the only two items I brought with me this evening. I didn't bring them with me, but they've been in the back of my head, and tonight the subject matter came up. So I'm not sure what we can do as a township there. I know when I was on the Environmental Commission many years ago, the county said they wouldn't put a light there in conjunction with the top of the hill because we didn't have enough traffic. And it was okay at the time. And that's 40 some years ago. So I don't know if that would still be the same if we went to the county and said, hey, we need a light there because it's a dangerous intersection.
Joe, thank you. I'm glad you brought up Clubhouse and that problem there, because it's been over a year, and I think we have to reach back out to the county again, because the county was supposed to be doing a traffic study. Our police department wants to make that a right turn only coming out of Clubhouse onto Lakehurst, and we've been waiting on the county, but since you've refreshed my memory about it, I'll talk to the chief of police and see if he's heard anything from the county, and we'll see if we can get that jump started again.
Thank you.
Joe, one thing that Danny and I have talked about in our little dream world would be if we were able to get Sycamore Hall back. We both talked extensively. The ideal thing we would love to see would be abolish Clubhouse right at Pear Avenue, pour dirt down there, put some sod down. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
And make that one heck of a waterfront restaurant if we could get the right developer to come in. That would be a dream come true for me. You talk about cutting down a lot of traffic on Clubhouse.
Yep.
How many cars do you think are going to see that portion of the lake if they have to go all the way up to Little Red to make a right to go around? You'll definitely save a lot of lives there. There's a lot of bad accidents there. It always has been.
Yeah. And I occasionally, not occasionally, quite often, I'll go up to Broadway and come around that way just because I avoid that intersection, especially rush hour. It's just like, forget it.
If I have to make a left there, I go up past the Acme. I don't even think about going that way.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget, but most of the time I'm trying to gauge traffic heading out that way and what time of day it is, and then I'll decide. All right, go up the other way, make a right. But the other intersection, now that I think about it, is going down Clubhouse where you make the right to go down Turtle Log Bridge. That intersection, people coming out of that to make a left, I can't tell you how many cars have pulled out, not even stopping at that stop sign in front of me. I mean, I come up to that intersection now with the idea I'm either going to slam on the brakes or I'm going to have to turn left into the opposite lane because they've just pulled right out in front of me. It wasn't as if they couldn't see me.
Well, one thing I've always known, Joe, and learned as a cop is roadways are structured by speed according to what it should be. In a perfect world, if everybody's doing 25, everybody's obeying the speed limit, and also, paying attention to the stop signs, we don't have any problems. But again, it's not a perfect world.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tracy Riccadelli, 21A Center Street. I'm pretty much up here just kind of give a few of my thoughts. I attended the night out last night. Let me tell you, it was one of the nicest things I've attended at Pemberton. It was phenomenal. I met a lot of great residents, a lot of people that were running for office. I got to rub elbows with them. It was great. I have one complaint. Sorry. But that parking was hideous. There was people that were this far apart. You could fit other cars in there. You had people standing there so that nobody else could park in that spot. And I know we're having St. Anne's Carnival. Has anybody thought about what we're going to do for parking? I mean, if we're going to start holding a lot more events, people have got to be able to park. Especially if we want to start doing other things out this way in this area. That being said, that was all I had to say about that. The other thing, even though we have all this drama going on, we still have business as normal. We still have a planning board meeting tomorrow, and it is for the master plan. And I want everybody to know, please be there, show up. If by chance that this thing is canceled again, which would make it the third time, do we have a course of action for the people we're paying for this meeting? If they do not show up and do this, as long as this is one of the most important things in this town right now. The most important.
Mr. Harper, can I
let her finish what she has
Sure.
to say, and then we'll answer all her questions.
So I want it out there that it's been in the working for so long, and the fact that we are still chasing this is ridiculous. I know 5 years ago we were chasing this, and these people aren't showing up, and residents are showing, but the people we're paying are not. So I want to make sure that we have some sort of course of action that us taxpayers are not paying them to be not having meetings. But that's all I got.
Well, Tracy, the worst thing about this, I'm going to tell you, I heard, sir, if I may.
Go right ahead.
You ever hear the opening statement?
Mm-hmm.
This meeting has been advertised, and then you have your your solicitor say on the dais, I didn't even have this on my own calendar. After he openly admits that we posted it in accordance with law to have the meeting, and the solicitor say on the record, I didn't have this on my calendar. That's why I'm not there tonight. That's why I'm Skyping in, or whatever the word is they use now. Sorry,
we
I'm
were
old.
the ones that picked the date.
Correct.
We were all there.
They approved the date.
He approved the
Yes.
date, sitting there at the meeting prior. Go ahead.
All right, I'm sure our professional wants to put in her 2 cents.
So I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off, as I like to say. I wear 2 hats, township engineer and planning board engineer. That's why I'm ripping the Band-Aid off right now. The master plan is not on the agenda for tomorrow night's meeting.
Are you serious?
I don't have words, but I figured it would be better to make it known now than for it to occur tomorrow night. I'm not 100% positive when it will be adopted, but it is not on the agenda for tomorrow night's meeting.
Nobody wants me at that meeting tomorrow. Because I might be nice, but
This is the first I'm hearing about it. I knew there was a meeting, and I only assumed. So you know what they say about assuming, I guess.
She's hiding.
and
She's hiding. She's showing we wasn't looking at anybody.
I guess.
Is there any course of action we have because of this?
Uh, I don't know.
Is it still in Mr. Banish's hands?
I had a meeting earlier today with Mr. Banish and Mr. Stitzler. It is going to happen this month, from my understanding. I am not 100% sure of the date, because when I spoke with them, they were not 100% sure of the date. But it is on the agenda to occur in August. It will just not be happening at tomorrow night's meeting.
Hey, Ken, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you know anything about that? I mean, because this is the first I'm hearing about it. I know you're not directly responsible, but it kind of flows through your department. So I didn't know if you had any more to add to that or not. You know, so.
I seriously, I don't. I
Okay.
know in the beginning there was some conflict over whether or not who was holding all the paperwork, and but this is the first I just learned this right now.
Paperwork, make copies. Okay. All right. I guess we'll have to show up tomorrow night and get our information firsthand. This is not, in my opinion, not professional. So, but all right. I'm sorry
if I
about
could
that.
add something.
Go ahead.
As a planning board member, don't throw any tomatoes at me. Last summer, we met on Fridays to get this new master plan together, and it was a committee. I was on it. There was local businesses and farmers and things like that. And the fiasco with the meeting before, it was, I can throw names out, but it was Bill Sisler and the chair. They're the ones that changed the date. And they're the ones that forgot. Now, all the board members, we showed up.
Yep.
And nobody showed up. And Rick Brown was on the phone calling Sisler, Max, and all them. And I mean, I was pretty aggravated, take time out of my life for a meeting, and then the people that are running the meeting don't show up, I cannot believe that it's not on the agenda tomorrow.
There's a planning board member that didn't even know it's not on the agenda tomorrow.
Something's
So to
wrong
be clear,
with
Danny,
this.
you were expecting it to be on the agenda, right?
Yeah. I thought we were going to get it wrapped
all
up.
the planning board members are waiting for this.
Yeah.
So who has to give the pushback to the people we're paying good money to get our town moving forward?
I'm just a member.
I get that. I'm not directing anger at you. I'm directing anger where it should be. But this is what's holding up this town from trying to do better.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a mixture. I mean, we know the process at the beginning of the year. The mayor puts out a list of professionals that he wants. Then the planning board has their chance to accept those or go with the people they wish to keep. So it becomes tough at that point. But January 1st, right? Yes. All right.
Well,
I'm sorry, folks, that you're
thank
hearing
you
it
guys.
here.
I appreciate that, but I do believe that we need to do something about this. This is
Tracy,
not
thanks
right.
for bringing that up.
Thanks.
Hi, Amanda. My husband is also a police officer, so thank you for your service. First-time homebuyers in Browns Mills and learning to love the area. We're also off South Lakeshore, have a beautiful view of the lake. Sure, sorry.
Yeah, raise it up.
Sorry, everyone. My name's Amanda. We live off South Lakeshore, learning to love the area, first-time homebuyers, personal victim of the South Lakeshore speeding. Within the first 2 months of us moving here, pulling outside off Albion, our road, going to Acme, stopped for geese, and speeder clearly not paying attention,
rear-ended my car. I was without a car for like 4 months just because insurance and, just that stuff goes slow. So I'm just happy to see and hear that things are going to be moving in the right direction. Because, we want to have a family here. We would love to stay here long term. But we definitely won't be growing here if, we can't trust that our kid will be safe walking on the road. So happy that that's moving in the right direction. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Evening, Council. James Boland, 226 Filbert Avenue. South Lakeshore seems like a hot topic tonight, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm one of the people who signed the petition, and I witnessed the speeding firsthand. And so, I could come up with examples myself of different animals I've seen squashed in the road, problems with sight triangles, problems with parking. And so that's what I wanted to ask is if there is a study, if that could also include a parking study, because that also contributes is when it comes to visibility. And I was also going to ask if there's a study, if it could be done in a way where it's studied during the times when children are picked up and dropped off from school buses and compared to other times as well, just to get a complete picture. I think both are important to consider. So that's pretty much my take on it. There's plenty of other things I could get into. I know I have more time, but I'm just going to limit it to that and just say, also speed humps. We did have speed humps on Press Avenue. They were there temporarily, then they were taken out. I think they helped a little bit, but I also noticed that people were speeding between the humps. And if you take a look at Bishop Street, that's a street where people do turnpike speeds. And I think that should be looked at too. So, these are all right around the South Lakeshore. These are roads that intersect with South Lakeshore. So, but that's, what I wanted to ask, consider these intersecting streets, consider the views, the sight triangles at the corners, consider the parking, and also consider during school times and otherwise. So thanks for the time, and hope you consider it. Thanks.
Thank you, James.
James, that traffic study that they do, it's a box that's put out with the lines across the road. It timestamps date, time, and speed of every vehicle that crosses it. So it would feed your times that you're asking about. If they could compare the times, every one is timestamped.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening. I've been a member of this wonderful community for 31 years. I am retired Air Force Senior Master Sergeant, First Sergeant. I am a retired minister out of Friendship AME, and I have a story to tell. If you look at those photos, this started back in the summer of 2021. Basically, we had difficulty with the township. Really, the township didn't help at all. This took over 3 years. I'm a 100% disabled vet, post-traumatic stress. I saw a whole bunch of stuff in 28 years, and this has affected me greatly. I could even give you my psychologist's phone number if you want to talk to him, give you permission to speak with him on the things that's been happening. In addition, we were told by the mayor, Mayor Patricia, and the then community director, Daniel Hornicle, that, and I must have come here every Wednesday for almost 3 years. Then when I
Sir,
would
that
co-
would have been Mayor Patriarca and Business Administrator Hornicle, just to clarify for you. Go ahead, sir, please. I'm eager to hear this.
no problem. And my friend and his family was killed in that accident you were talking about. But basically, I didn't get any help whatsoever. It wasn't until the president of the council back then was Gabe Burton when the council kept telling me, "Why are you here? We've done all we can do." And I'm like, "No, there's no way you've done all you could do. Here I am, a military member, serve my country, give my life, and I'm being treated like this." In addition, um, actually, it wasn't Mr. Hornicle, it was Benedetti. Benedetti, Mr. Daniel Benedetti. In fact, I have letters that I can send to each of you from Glenn A. Grant. He was the former administrator for the entire New Jersey judicial system. When I was told, actually, Mr. Bonadetti and the mayor said that to me. Um, the council president at the time told me to contact the judge in New Jersey, the administrator of New Jersey courts. I did, and I have a letter that I will read you, dated September 20th, 2022. Dear Mr. Coley, my office received your letter of June 24th, 2022, and the attached documents. I understand from your description that you are frustrated with the process of a case involving Pemberton Township ordinances and properties near your home. As the administrator director of the courts, I cannot intercede or advocate on behalf of any litigant regarding legal proceedings, nor can we provide legal advice. But with regard to the general concerns that you raise regarding defendants who are issued complaints and who do not respond or appear in court, the judiciary issues warrants and license suspensions when appropriate and when permitted by law. These are the tools that the legislature has provided to help courts secure court appearances of those charged with offenses. While the COVID-19 epidemic has affected court processes to a certain degree, our organization has continued to use enforcement means to address failure to appear in court. If I may, just a few minutes to read the letter that I wrote him, please. Dear Honorable Glenn A. Grant, I am writing you to discuss a severe problem that has threatened our quality of life, health, welfare, and safety on our street, Colorado Trail, Browns Mills, New Jersey, and our complex, Presidential Lakes, not to mention the devaluation of our homes that I just experienced with the appraisal I tried to get. First, see the enclosure. There's a Pinelands application, a memo dated 18 November 2021, and I can send all of you these emails. The 2021 that he was given a zoning violation for having those vehicles that you see. But it wasn't until I kept coming here, sending emails to everyone. I didn't get any help from the police either. You know, basically, the police came by my house. I showed them what was happening, and they basically said, "Sorry about that. We don't have an ordinance. We don't have an ordinance for truck parking." So I introduced an ordinance. It went through the planning board. It went through you guys. You have, your previous administration, 4-1 passed it. Even when it was passed, it was rescinded a couple of times through the planning board, through the zoning board. There were some questions that you all had that had to be changed. So it was changed. It was approved. in April of 2022. Even when it was approved, there was no inspections, no summons, no write-ups. I, in fact, got a write-up for putting up. The contractors had broken up. I'm sorry, had broken up my trash can, so I started using plastic trash bags to put on the curve. So I did that. I got wrote up, and I have a copy of that too, which was really ironic. If you look across the street, there's tons of that stuff. And then I later find out that through the mayor's office or Mr. Benedetti, probably the mayor, he said, don't even go out and write them up. So I have a letter from the county, from Amy Clack.
Mr. Cole, I don't want to cut you. We have a point here we're trying to get to.
Yeah, because
Okay.
right now the truck is back.
Okay.
And we have a meeting tomorrow. But I came today because I wanted to talk. We have a meeting in the firehouse.
No, not with me,
But who's the mayor?
Mayor's not here tonight.
Well, the mayor, he's
Okay.
coming.
Okay.
He's coming. He'll be there tomorrow at 5:30.
Okay.
So basically, the truck is back. The trailer, the 40-foot trailer, isn't back, but the
Did you say
judge
is not back? The trailer is not back?
No.
Now, can I ask you a question on this? I'm looking at this. How old are these pictures, sir?
That was a question. Okay.
No, I'm asking you. How are these items still sitting on the road? I'm looking like a big tanker trailer. Is that still sitting on the road right
No,
now?
I'm trying to tell. This is what happened prior to why we came to the point
Okay.
of getting a new ordinance and trying to get to court.
Okay.
We couldn't get to court because we were told you can't, and which was a lie. So, okay, go ahead.
What ordinance is it you're looking at for violations here? What does
6-20.
I don't help me out here. I don't have it in front of me. What does this say?
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
6-2002, paragraph 182, A and B. If you guys could take a look at that, I just need to go through my presentation, but basically it says no class 5 vehicles with a ground weight rating of 1601 to 19500.
Okay.
That's
is the word commercial in there?
The word commercial is in there, but I also
from what I read, I'm trying to familiarize myself with this case.
I have the commercial license. It's still active. So I could email each one of you all that. It's still active. Every day during the week, the truck is gone in front of his house.
My question for you is, sir, I understand this is you're looking at the commercial statute for a commercial vehicle of that GVW Class 5 parked in a residential neighborhood. Is that what we're getting at here? Correct?
No. What we're getting at is what you see now can come back if he's allowed. He would park in the front and then come to Colorado Trail and park all of that equipment right there.
But is it there now?
No.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
No, it is a good thing, but the truck is back.
The truck is back, but my question for you is what's the registration on the truck? Is it a commercial license plate on the truck?
No.
To begin with an X? It's not a commercial vehicle, sir.
There never was a commercial license plate. The judge made his decision based on zoning violation.
Okay.
Zoning. And the judge said, don't bring those trucks back, the trailer or the truck, anymore. The truck is back. So right now, I need those pictures back because I got another presentation to go to either to Superior Court. I will go to citizens complaint next, and then Superior Court if nothing. I'm not going through this anymore. I was trying to sell my house and got an appraisal 2 weeks ago. My appraisal was over $500,000 before. Now it's down over $100,000. They made a comment about what was across the street. What is that? I said, Pemberton did that. So That's what's happening. And let me quickly read.
Mr. Coley, we've addressed this for way too long. You're well past your 5 minutes. I mean, we understand your situation, but I believe our police department and community development are working on it. So
Yeah, they're working on to bring it back. Everything you see is coming back. I've never been so basically that no, you're wrong, you're wrong. Well, no one in here can overrule a judge's order. No one. So with that, thank you, and I'm done.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else for public comment?
If anybody has anything to say in the back, y'all talk to me.
Good evening, everybody. Couple things. First off, what we have on here on the 2/34/2026. I know it was addressed a little bit. So I'm assuming this is sanitary that we're doing when I heard the mention of manholes. Okay. So is this a translate sanitary main is my question. Is that what we're relining or is this a ductile iron? So it seems, I mean, I realize, I've been down this road and done this work. It does take a lot pumping from manhole to manhole, trying to go around it as you're doing this and with traffic control, but it seems a little steep. I mean, you're saying 10,000 feet. So rough figures, it's about $1 million a mile, give or take. Well, pretty damn close. So that was my question on that. Now a little bit on the comment thing. It got brought up. Mr. Anderson brought it up about Mr. Dewey's speech at the town hall. I think maybe the people here in this township need to get a little bit thicker skin and quit taking things out of context. I know Mr. Dewey was with Forest Fire, so he understands fighting fires. The comment was not directed at the fire company or people, firefighters on that. He was just saying that we need better people to volunteer. Plain and simple. People to step up and volunteer. That's what that is. Everything gets taken out of context. This goes back to, once again, the orangutan deal. What else would you call them? They're a bunch of animals flipping stuff over. If I come up here and say I had more fun than a barrel full of monkeys, am I racist now? I'm not. I'm the least racist person you'll ever find in your life. This kind of stuff needs to end. And I'm sorry, and he's not here to defend himself, so I'm not going to jump on it. But that was totally uncalled for, this memo that went out about admonishing Dan for this action. It was at a town hall. As far as I know, we still live in the United States of America, okay? That gives him First Amendment rights to say what he's going to say. It wasn't at this dais. It was at a town hall meeting. He's more than able to say what he wants to say. And your problem is, if this is pushing towards what I think it is, part of this issue that, denouncing what he said is about a paid fire company. Well, your first problem is your leadership. And I think that's part of the other thing that he broached on. Because the same thing there with this parking that Tracy brought up. You had a CERT team here, but your OEM guy doesn't want to work with them. Nobody wants to work with him. There's your problem. When you solve that problem, you'll solve the rest of it. You could have had CERT out there parking and directing traffic. Having the police on either end of the road, that was fine. But the way that was set up last night, it was a total mess. You got kids in strollers going down the side of that road in the dark with cars parked down the edge of the road. You're lucky somebody didn't get killed last night. I mean, yes, it was great what you had here, but as far as the safety issue of it, that was a disgrace. I mean, terrible. So that's that part of it. Other than that, I think maybe a little bit of clearing up on the sanitary, if that's what it is.
That's all your questions? All right. I'll let our engineer.
I'm working on it. Just give me like
I
3
mean, I
minutes.
do know that 11 bid packets were picked up and only 2 people chose to bid. So we didn't have a large pool to draw from, and it did come in under the estimated budget.
Well, no, I'm just asking too, when it went back to it as well,
Yeah.
if this is a translate main, is it a translate main? That was my other part of the question.
That part I do
That
not.
eventually, I mean, they fall apart. I mean, they're going to. Asbestos, just that's what happens to it after a certain amount of time. I've replaced enough of it over the years. So, and the other one, back on the master plan. I'm sorry.
No,
That's another joke too. And there's one of your other problems is you need another solicitor on the planning board. I've said this before. I've seen what happened. That was part of the Greenberg episode that I was not very happy with, playing footsies with the other attorney. That needs to go.
Harry, can I jump in a minute?
Sure, you can, Dan.
It's concrete pipe, as far as I remember.
So
Right.
asbestos.
Great. And some sections are 40 feet in the ground.
Yeah, so replacing, you don't have the depth now to do it. So
It's-
it's the only
the
choice
problem
you
is
got.
there's too much depth,
Right.
I mean, so the liner is the way to go.
All right, I agree.
The other thing is, thank you for your comments. Could you give me a price on a 5-gallon pail of fighting foam?
Off the top of my head, I want to say it is 172 for 5-gallon. It's around the same price as what the PFAS foam is, right around there. I think theirs was at like 175. If you buy it like a skid of it, I forget. If you're looking for one, give me a shout, Councilman. And
Well,
I
guess
Okay.
we just bought a pallet of it. I'm just checking the prices, and I
all
know.
right. Well, you can buy direct from Cross Plains with that.
Yeah, because I know the stuff that you are doing is
Right.
You could get squirted in the face and you're not going to die.
No, and this is another one for a rural area. I don't want to use up any more time, but since that subject got brought up, this is also good for rural areas. A hay fire, you got round bales out in the field or what have you. You can spray this stuff down on it, put the fire out, go feed it to the animals. There's nothing in it toxic, okay? Or around waterways. So around our lakes, you have a fire around there, spray it down. It's not going to hurt anything.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I think Mr. Dewey answered what I needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Pat.
Okay, so my name is Michelle Foreman, for the record. I have a few questions tonight. Am I allowed to talk on the ordinance that's up tonight? I know people say it's a second reading, blah, blah, blah. I'm just double checking. You can answer when I'm all done. Remember, let me talk first and then you can answer. Thank you. The other thing is, I wanted to answer that for sure. I know you just told me basically, but okay. Last week I asked you, Harry, about the solar panels, and you said that you were bypassing that for now, but at the end of the meeting, Ro said that at the closed session you were talking about solar panels, so I want to know if I can open closed sessions and what those solar panels we're talking about in closed session, if you're allowed to say. Mr. Dewey was talking about the water lines going all through the bypass up towards Lake Valley and kind of hopes that it can go over to Greenberg. What happened to that? Is that plan gone or disappeared or what? That's the question I have. I also want to mention that the people in this room, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I'll tell you that right now because I'm tired of coming up here pulling the punches and I'm the only one. But I'm glad to hear that people are brave coming up here talking about the speeding and being afraid. And I mean, I'm afraid. I mean, but I can say whatever I want now because I'm already a target. So it doesn't matter what I say. I love it sometimes when I become a target. Good. Now I can say whatever I want. I'm not holding back my punches no more. I'm glad people come here and talk about their mental health over these situations. I'm glad people come here talking about dealing with code enforcement. I have issues around my house, and I know one thing for sure. I want to thank Pete because his daughter made those benches at the rails to trail. I was asking for those benches to be fixed. They put wood on top of it when let the bottoms fill with termites. So his daughter did all that. After all that, code enforcement is going to come after him. You don't know how boiling up angry I am about that. And I'm not even saying he's my best friend. I don't know him that well. He seems to always treat me respectfully. I don't know. I'm just saying. The other thing is I'm scared out of my mind driving down this road. I feel like the other day a cop was going 100 miles an hour down that road. Hey, on record, I don't know. I don't have anything to measure it. It felt like that to me, though. It was so fast. I was scared out of my mind. So from now on, I'm the Oprah, the time it happened, and see what the call emergency was. That's what I'm going to start doing. And I know somebody who has a lot of pull around here that notices this, but you got to bring the stuff to the meeting. And the people in the town, they did come here tonight to bring it up, and I'm so thankful for them. The other question I have is the Acme, did you find out how many acres of trees and why did they cut the trees down? Are they going to put solar panels back there like they did the Wawa over here in Pemberton Borough? The rail to trail has a tree hanging by a limb. If somebody could please pack that on to code enforcement. I was so busy today, I couldn't call them because my neighbors blaring their music for 5 hours like they did yesterday. But for the record, I didn't have a watch. I didn't time it exactly, but it felt like that. And 3 officers came, and not one of them could go knock on the door and ask them to please lower the music a little bit. So you guys say things are getting better around here, but according to the people coming to meetings, and thank God I'm not the only one, there's a lot of code violations in my neighborhood. I sure as hell hope somebody come to my house complaining about a pile of wood in my backyard. Let that happen and see somebody really get mad. But meanwhile, I was upset that those police officers, not one of them, could just go over, and I'm going to Oprah this call today, and I'm going to find out what officers don't give a damn about Michelle Foreman. After I come to these meetings and praise the police department all the time, I have never made one complaint here about them, maybe years ago. But I was upset about it today because I haven't called for a long time, and I have neighbors and I have people very upset about dogs barking, and the owners just sit there, do nothing about it. There's no peace in the neighborhood. No, not you. I adore you. Don't even think about it. And so I have things written down. The other thing I'm upset about is you gave that man 8 minutes to talk, 3 extra minutes. But as soon as I'm done talking, you jump down my throat. Your time is up. I'm tired of that too. But meanwhile, I'm almost done. Let me wrap it up in 20 seconds if I can have that. And I'd like to know why other people get more time than other people. The train station, real quick. Down there at the train station, there's all piles of dirt. It's getting all over. You can't ride your bike through there without being treacherous. I want to know what's up with that and who's overseeing that. How come they're not making them keep that place cleaned up? They're trashing that whole place. What company is doing that? And who's overseeing that? And I guess that's all because my time is up. That's all I have to say. I have more, but I got to shut up because my time is up. Now,
anyone have anything for Michelle?
Is it the Greenberg project that's screwing up the trail?
Ye-
Where they're doing it, the Greenberg, is
Is it,
that?
Danny, is it that, or is it that one where we gave them the right of way to go in and work by those solar panels behind the
Yeah,
wall?
I don't know.
No,
not
it's
sure.
I haven't been there, so I don't
it's
know.
it is the staging area for that was the area that we allowed them to use to stage
For
for
Garrett Paul.
for Garrett Paul for the water main installation.
Okay.
Stage for what? Did you say that again?
The water main installation that's occurring by the Wawa, in that area, the first portion of the water main installation for the KHAF project. That's the area that they're using to stage the contractor. The township said that they could use that area.
Township just said, "Oh, go ahead and use that area where people walk their dogs, ride their bikes. Go ahead and use that area. We don't care about them." And that stuff, by the way, has been sitting there for like many weeks without seeming like any movement. One pile of dirt's getting bigger. Like I said, the pathways, can't they be neater about them if they're going to do? Are they going to pay us for use? Is KHOB going to pay us for renting that and destroying our land?
I will talk to the contractor tomorrow and see if they can make more access to the Rails to Trails path for pedestrians to use.
Yeah, clean it up a little bit. Don't leave piles of sand all over the place. Are they paying us to rent that property while they do the work? Because we need money. According to you guys, we need money bad. That's why you got to give Michelle Foreman a ticket if she's talking on the phone. As a matter of fact, give Michelle Foreman 2 tickets for the same violation. So, I mean, are they just using it? You're just saying, okay, go ahead. I mean, is there a deal if we let you use it?
So typically when construction projects are done, the contractor and the entity that they're working for work out a location where that's usually owned by the entity that the contractor is working for, where the contractor can stage materials that they need for the project that's in close proximity to the location of the project. So in this instance, the township that said that is a piece of land that the township owns that the contractor could use to store materials there during the course of the project. When the project is complete, they will remove all of those materials, but during this time, that is why those extra materials were there. But like I said, I will reach out to the contractor.
Honestly, that's not my question. My question is, are they paying you to trash up our beautiful rail to trail? Or
Short
are
answer.
compensating us in some way?
Short answer is no.
And-
They didn't pay
okay.
us anything. We gave the property to them to use. That's the short answer.
For free, but you want to charge us for everything. But meanwhile, yeah, if you could do something about it, I would appreciate that. Looks terrible over there. Somebody needs to be overseeing that. The tree, code enforcement, maybe tell Public Works if Mr. Gerber that the tree down at the trail, Perry, closer to your house than the Wawa. I don't know if they got it yet. I rode my bike there yesterday, but today it was raining. I didn't go. All right, so it looks like it's on the verge of falling. I don't know how I'm scared of falling down trees. I don't know how I moved my bike under it, but okay.
Thank
Michelle,
you very much, Michelle.
how far back down the trail is the tree?
Be honest with you, I'll say 3/4 of the way down towards Perry's house, to the end of the trail till you get to the sewer plant.
Okay. Okay.
It's past the creek.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not sure.
All right.
You're close.
I'll address it tomorrow.
Okay, and
Right.
I'll also be talking to you more about my neighbor who blaring their music today and yesterday. They have more code violence than you can even imagine.
Thank you, Michelle.
Oh no, I'm not done yet. You still didn't tell me why Roe said there was a closed session last meeting. You said we're not dealing with the solar panels right now, but there was a closed session about the solar panels. So, are you allowed to share what you were talking about, the solar panels in the closed session last meeting?
No.
Well, Ray said at the end of the meeting that they were talking about the solar panels in closed session.
I was in closed session. I don't recall any.
Do you remember saying that? Because it's on the tape. I could show it to you. I could bring it to. Am I allowed to bring the tape and play tapes? Because you guys say stuff. I get it on the tape, and you guys say we never said that. I'll, I'll bring it in and check. But you said we were talking about solar
If
panels.
I will check the tape tomorrow. If I said it, then I stand corrected. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about having solar panels and the overhang out in the parking lot and doing the ADA improvements through
What's
a
ADA improvement?
for handicap. You know, making sure that
So they were talking about solar panels.
No,
poles.
Michelle, listen to me. It's part of an application that we're submitting to the
But he
CEPG.
just told me at the last meeting that they're not working on the solar panels. So you lied to me.
No,
So
I
tell me the truth.
Michelle, there was two solar panel projects. One's part of a grant, and one was part of putting solar panels on the top of the building.
I understand that.
It's
and
not
you
the same
talked
thing.
about it.
It's two
It
different
is-
things.
No, it's exactly. He knew
It's
that's the
not-
solar panels I was talking about.
And if
I
you
was
want-
talking about the solar panels on the roof, exactly what you said. That's what I was talking about.
And that's a separate project.
Yeah, but you said at the meeting last time
We
you
weren't-
you're not working on that. You're not going to go through with that right now. You lied to me.
No,
at that
I did
meeting.
not. We are not
We're
going
not
through with that.
working
We
on
are
the solar
not
panels
working
on the
solar
roof.
panels on the roof.
You're
It's-
working on some solar panels somewhere.
We're working on a project in the parking lot that may include solar.
Well, that has been
but
lied to
but
me.
it's
You left some information out.
No.
Okay, no, they didn't lie to me. Okay, okay. Next question that you did not answer for me is why do you give certain people that come up here more time than others? We got 5 minutes, and you
Michelle,
have some
honestly,
people
right-
have 8 minutes.
Honestly, right now,
He's the
Michelle,
one who shut me up, so
I
that's
think
what
I'm
I'm
not trying
asking.
to shut you up. I'm trying to answer your question. Right now, honestly, I think of all the people that have spoken tonight, you've gotten the most time.
Okay, I'm not talking about the after. I'm talking about the 5-minute initial thing. So don't try to twist things around to make it like, what's Michelle talking about? Everybody knows I'm talking about we get 5 minutes. I hear people complain about it before. And I want to know why, Harry, you stopped me at 5 minutes. And then when other people talk, you let them go 3, 5, 10 minutes late.
Mr. Coley asked for a couple more minutes to finish
So all I
what he
have to
was
do is
saying.
ask for a few more minutes and you'll give it to me. Oh, thank you. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Michelle, for your time. Anyone else for public comment?
Paper's ripped. Terry Maldonado, 212 Scammell Drive. Okay, I just have a couple little statements to make. Can somebody from the administration take a look at Scammell Drive coming from Rancocas Lane up? There's probably maybe about 50 to 100 feet of road that is like a roller coaster. And there's one heck of a manhole that I hit all the time and it gets really annoying. It's from Rancocas Lane. Come to the doctor's office, up Rancocas Lane, make a left onto Scammell. It's up on that end by Sandra Drive in that area. Okay, CL, your statement is not 100% accurate, my friend. There is a big speeding problem in CL. I have a friend who lives right there by that speed bump and she sends me videos all the time. Dump trucks, cars, trucks, school buses, everybody flies over that bump. So, yes, they are very ineffective. Also, as a registered Republican in this town, I waited a long time to see this diocese as a Republican. But I'm telling you, as a registered voter in this town, I will not take my time and vote lesser of the two evils. Agree to disagree in public and keep the BS behind closed doors. You are making the Republican Party look incompetent. So that's my opinion to use. Take it as you will, but I'm going to tell you now, my vote is very limited where it will go. Dan, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes and talking to me last night at the National Night Out. But yeah, so listen, get it together. I mean, I voted for every one of you up here, except you. You were appointed. I am a registered Republican. I am a diehard Republican. My parents were Republicans. But I'm telling you, you guys, you got to get it together. Because at this point, just hand it over to the Democratic Party. I mean, that's where it's going to go. I'm just saying. But thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pete King, 247 Amherst Avenue. I just want to start off with a real quick quote from Baden Powell. A week of camp life is worth 6 months of theoretical teaching in the meeting room. And with that being said, our scout troop this year, we went up to Forestburg, which had the most awesome beginning I've ever seen. A guy forward rappelled down a cliff wall to light the campfire, starting campfire. While we were there, the girls got to climb a 35-foot climbing tower. They did the zip lines across the lake. They got the monkey bridge over the lake, and they completed almost all of their merit badges that they started, with 1 or 2 exceptions. So, with school starting up, we're going to start trying to recruit some more for scouting. So if we can, please. And Chase did an awesome job in getting these flag drop boxes done, and give him a lot of commendation for that. Now, with the school, National Night Out was a great time. The Genesis portal is currently open for all the parents and everything to fill out the required forms. The first day of school is going to be September 4th. There's also been a dress code email that's been sent out because they're going to start enforcing the dress code a little bit more. For sports physicals, if you have an inhaler or EpiPen or something you need to have that in no later than August 21st. And also try to have your high school school athletics office and your completed physical back to the school athletics office no later than that. There is, however, on the 28th going to be a free physical exam starting, I forgot to write down the beginning time, but it'll be in the morning. So please get there early, get it done. Freshman and new student orientation is going to be, for the high school, is going to be August 27th from 10 to 2. And the other thing for the schools is there's a new app for the schools, Pemberton School app. So this year also is the no cell phones in schools, signed by, I think Governor Murphy signed that one. And so there's going to be an app where the kids can actually, when they get into school, they're supposed to access the app and it'll turn their cell phone off all day long. So just to let y'all know. And the high school still has the Yonder bags. So now, personal. This, oh crap, what was it? Let's see, 27. Oh, the project in front of Bazanski and Emmons School. What is that project? Is that the Safe Roads to Schools coming back? And then the last thing I want to say is I'm a bit disappointed in council for their disparaging remarks at the beginning of the meeting there, where they talked about how the mayor had a speed bump in front of his house. The thing that was not mentioned is that speed bump is also in front of 2 elementary schools, and it was slowing traffic down, making the roads safer for kids to actually get to school. So, and I personally wouldn't want to have one of those in front of my house because you constantly would hear the ta-tunk of cars hitting it. So it was not, it's not just for that, it was actually for the schools and for the students. So that's what I have. Do y'all have anything for me?
I got a question for you, Pete. One of the problems with the speed bumps was our former mayor was the one that had them ripped out.
So that had a what?
There was speed bumps on that road before, and Mr. Jack had them ripped out because when he was going over them with his Corvette, it drove.
See, I never saw those before.
I'm just telling.
Same thing on Split Rock.
Right.
They were very effective.
Right.
They were permanent.
And
well, it was. I hope it comes back on that one because, like I said, it was very effective right there. So,
and I understand the problem with the kids with phones in school.
Yeah.
But what happens if there's something bad that I hope never happens?
Then, yeah, people call the schools.
You got kids
do the
in
same
a closet hiding. There's no communication.
Yeah.
But I get. But there has to be a better solution.
But if everybody sits there and puts out their emails and stuff like that right away, then they are just hampering the police efforts to actually go and try to due to the situation, they're also causing undue stress on schools because instead of addressing the problem, they're now having, half a dozen people trying to get into the school, and now they're blocking emergency people access to the school to get there.
Okay. So, how about when you go to a hospital and your phone doesn't work? They
So-
control that by
Say again?
a lot of hospitals, if you're in the hospital visiting somebody, your phone doesn't work.
Right.
Because they have something in the ceiling that's going to block the facility.
I have.
They can't do the same thing for the schools.
That I don't know. That's way above my pay grade on that one. I don't know. If you know something,
if
let us
something
know.
bad happens in the schools, I know it's a pain in the ass for kids with cell
But
phones.
people just showing up just make the can make the problem exponentially worse.
Last time I checked on a lockdown, Pete, first thing the police department does is close down the entrances and exits, do they not?
They should, yes.
So there's no entrance, there's no problems with people coming in and blocking up the schools.
So
that was kind of a moot point there.
But still, people still drive up to there and
On the
they're still
roadway.
coming in.
They're entitled to. It's a
Yeah.
public roadway.
Yeah. So, but it just still makes it more of a problem. So, in my opinion. So, all right. Y'all have
All right,
anything
thank
else?
you, Pete. Thank you.
Say again?
Oh, Charles, you got something? Oh, looked like you had something. All right. Yep, that's it. Thank
All right.
you. Anyone else for public comment?
Good evening, Council. Eric Hess, 119 Sunset Street. Couple questions. Where are we at with that traffic study at the end of Broadway? That's question one. Question two is, I asked Mr. Harper at one point, is it possible to get rid of trash pickup? Because it seems like sometimes it's more hassle than it's worth. They don't pick it up, they pick it up, it sits there 3 weeks, and then they pick it up. Okay, so I went and talked to the trash coordinator, which I don't understand why we have a trash coordinator if we don't pick our own trash up and we pay an outside company. I mean, it's kind of stupid. It's a waste of money, if you ask me. The other question is, at the end of Sunset Street in the woods, there was plans for that to be a water garden in the back. Well, at the dead end street there. Well, it's all overgrown now. Well, that's the township's job to keep the woods clean, to maintain it. I mean, I know you guys can't cut the trees down. That's Pinelands Commission. That's fine. But the maintenance items, that has to be addressed. I have pictures of it. And then the other issue is when I get a heavy rain, my driveway floods out and I get a foot of water on my driveway. I have pictures. Hold on a second. It's all over. No, it's all overgrown. That's township property.
Okay. Had everything, Eric?
Yeah, that's it.
As far as we'll have DPW come out and look and see how that road's graded. I know you're on a gravel road, so I mean when I drove out there, obviously it wasn't raining at the time, and it looked like it was pitched towards that stone drainage. So I'm not sure, but we'll have them look at it. The dead end there, Eric. I mean, there's nothing. We don't have to open that up. There's no throughway there. I mean, they cleaned that up to fix the drainage problem. And I know it was the Pinelands Alliance that was thinking about putting in a rain garden there, so we have no control over them. We had enough trouble trying to put in rain gardens where we wanted to put them. So, uh, trash. The reason we have a trash coordinator because even though we sub it out, somebody has to, send out all the bills and stuff and take care of people such as yourself that come in with problems, and then she relays them. And that, believe me, is only her part-time job. She mainly works in the tax office, so it's not like she's getting paid just to sit there and take care of trash issues and stuff like that.
Okay, but I mean, I have to add one thing that I know I'm done, but people should have a choice whether they want trash pickup or not. It should be forced into whether you use it or not. That's
What
that's
would
what she said to me.
what would you do with without trash pickup?
I would take it to the dump myself, or I just rent a dumpster. And when it's full, I call the company to come pick the dumpster up.
Well, I don't know that that's an option, but yeah.
People should have choices for it now. If you have a bigger problem, you should have choices. Like, if I don't need the service, why am I paying for it while not using the service?
So you don't put any trash out ever
I
at
put
all?
trash out.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of times it sits there, so why am I paying for it? Why am I paying taxes for it? It's going into taxes when it doesn't get picked up, or the road, or the stuff that needs to get done in the township, like the grass being cut, roads being fixed the way they need to be fixed, infrastructure. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, come on. We have the material sitting in the yard there, the pipe sitting in the yard there. Why do we have it if we're not going to use it?
We'll have them come out and look at it, Art.
It's that simple.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody in general. Sorry I came late to my meetings. I have another commitment in my home. I'm going to start with Route 70. Finally, the state came and painted the left turn signal on its thing on the highway, on the road. They did it at 5:30 with Route 70 only when you coming from 70 hit west. But what they didn't do, it is marked for make a left turn lane. And they got plenty of space. Also, on the Route 7 in Spring Lake Boulevard, I recall several years ago, I was told by one of the administrators here, the state was doing a study because I request a left turn signal on it there or a traffic light. I'd like to know if the township can call the state and work because, be honest with you, I can call them, they're not going to listen to me, okay? Number one, we have to pull the wheels on it. Right now, we have summertime. All our residents or our visitors come to our state and leave their money. But we want to send them home the way they came, not in coffins. I hope we can look into that. My next question will be about my taxes. I'd like to know when I'm going to be paying my taxes this week or next week, whatever, when the paper come, if the 26% for the school taxes will be included there. That's why they haven't done any paperwork. That's where I believe myself. I know that a lot of people complain their town in reference to the car races and quads and everything. This is everywhere right now. PL is the last place, the last development, and guess what? If you live there, doesn't matter what time of the night you are sleeping, you wake up, there is the quad, there is the motorcycle. If it's Thursday, tomorrow night, start until Sunday night. It can be every day. And the kids racing in the quads. And school is coming. And I is hoping the stop sign is on New York Road with the firehouse. I hope they move that stop sign on New Hampshire Road and Tennessee Trail where all the 4 buses stop there. The cars racing for 6 o'clock in the morning every single time of the day. They do not care. Now there is little children is coming in there. We going to have the PK, we going to have the kindergarten, we are going to have everything. Like I say, I have 4 buses. It starts 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, my next thing what I'm going to bring it up, it is I attend the National Night Out. Was very nice last night. But where I continue hearing what is going on in our town in reference to the politicians. Number one, I'm very proud. I work with them and everything, but our township, we have to work together. Doesn't matter what side we are. We are citizens and we are, this front represent the community. And they looking. I have a resident continue asking me, what is going on in your town? I don't attend the meetings, but I know what is going on. And he said, I'm afraid to bring my own children to the meetings. We are grown-ups. We're not children's. We got to give it their example. But the way we're going, I know they're not going to be the people we wanted them to be here in the front right now. And we have to just shape up. Everybody. Doesn't matter what party we are from. As a citizen, I encourage the people, go do your vote. Doesn't matter for who you go and go. Please. And that's what we need. Okay, I'm going to bring it up. I did not win last night across in the park. Okay, I got one more thing I can say in reference to the last night, the parking. I used to do security for many years. I did security, my wire alert team. We did security to all different places. But right now in here, all the function what we have to have somebody there, volunteer. You can train the volunteers and they can park their cars. Because the way it is right now, you don't put people there. You know what the people will do. Now, across the street, they can park all their car. All these people coming out with their babies and everything. But we have to have security. And the lights, that light in the children's park, guess what? I asked for many years, that light should be permanent every night there. Not when it's going to be a function, you go and bring lights in there. No, that's not the way it works. God forbid there's a child missing in nighttime. How you going to find the child? There is no lights in there. After it's dark, that's it. Okay? That's safety. I call it safety. You gotta have the place light up and you gotta have people. I know you, Mr. Doyle, you as an officer, you know where I come from. As a security, firefighter, and fire police, I did it all. And the first thing, we gotta train the people. We going to have this function. We train the people 30 days before. We gotta be sure where we stand for. Not to let them cross the street and they having a ball and they have a hot dog, they have a whatever. No. We want to send them home the way they came. Okay, and I'm going to leave it that way because I know they're going, yes,
Ms.
tell me
Phillips,
to go.
Ms. Phillips, I know you came late, but the tax bills are going out as we speak, and you have till September 8th to pay the tax bills, okay? Just so you know about that.
Well, in the next meeting, I want to know how much probably what they're going to sack it to me.
You'll know when you get the tax bill. Anyone else?
All right. Mike Salka, 92 Scrapetown Road. So I was a little late because Camden County Police Department tried to take me out on my way here by trying to make a left U-turn into my truck, destroyed their vehicle. My truck's fine, just a little bit of damage. But I was joking with the officer, yeah, someone paid you to try to avoid me getting to my municipal town council meeting. Just joking around. But that's all. We had fun. It's all an accident, no big deal. But when I got here, I hear all the stuff about police speeding and everything. My question, and lots of stuff I'm going to bring up, comes down to transparency, instilling trust in our politicians, local politicians here, and our local government about the police speeding. When is the investigation on that $100,000 loss on a almost brand new police cruiser going to finish investigating? Because I don't know if it's true, but I hear rumors that the officer that was involved that crashed that car was never even checked out, blood and urine, what you would check for impairment. I don't know if it's true or not, but when is that investigation going to be finished? It was a while ago that it happened. It shouldn't take this long. Next, code enforcement or police. I'm not really sure. Probably both can handle it, but let's just say close to where I live, Lake Valley area, there's people that have basically piles of stuff. It's almost like they have a junkyard in their backyard, and you can see it from the alleys or from the main roads. There's people who park their car on their front lawn right next to their front door when their backside of their house has a driveway. But they keep doing it. So who's giving them tickets? Code enforcement and police drive by there all the time. But the person keeps parking for the one, and if I go through other parts, it's all throughout. We need to take care of that, because when the other guy was talking about his house was worth $500,000 and now he's getting appraised for $100,000, this is the type of stuff. When people go around looking in neighborhoods to buy stuff and they see this type of stuff, people don't want to move into those neighborhoods, and it lowers the value. Transparency, instilling trust. I hear rumors that there's a fraud investigation for almost $200,000 payment that was made. I don't know all about it, but if there was a $200,000 payment that was made and was fraudulent, how did it even get made? Who made that payment? Because don't you have to have a purchase order, an invoice, a contract before you even make the payment? So just to bring it up, nothing stays in this building. People talk, someone overhears, people talk, they talk about it, and hey, this happened. You try to Oprah stuff, you get some things, or it's very cryptic, so you got to keep, if they want to lower Oprahs, just give us what we asked for instead of being cryptic, so we have to keep going back and forth and back and forth and asking for more. Again, instilling trust and transparency. Other thing I hear is there's past politicians, past employees that still have access to their accounts on the computers in this building. They have remote access. I don't know how much is true. I did request a user access list, but it said, oh, you can't have that. That's personnel files. No, you can give me a list of who the names are. I'm not asking for passwords. They're saying it's privacy and IT security and everything. No, you can give a list of everyone who has an account that can log into a computer here, whether it's remote or in person. So I will be fighting that denial. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Salka.
No answers to anything? Just wondering. Because every time I say stuff, there's no comments. You guys just keep quiet. Is it because I told Nick Gluckin to shut up? Because he didn't know what he was talking about?
Anyone else?
I'm Jamie Sabo, 3531 Weymouth Road. Most of everybody knows who I am. I have Resolution 229 2026. It's authorized to be terminated. Is that a grant that you guys have to not use elsewhere? Can you use that elsewhere if you terminate that? Because it is a grant for North Lake Shore. That's one question. And if you can use it, is an option to use it somewhere for the roads, like the safety road, things like that, you know. 235, 2026, that one is to do with the schools. And I was listening earlier, someone said it's a federal funding. Why did the cost change? Is it going to cost more? Is that the final numbers for that one? And then comments that the community has said, with parking, things like that. As everybody knows, I serve the community as a first responder. Police go fast, fire goes fast, EMS go fast. But I've noticed myself for 18 years serving as a firefighter through not just here, but other towns, the police are going really quick. Even the ambulances, paramedics are not even keeping up with them, going to medic calls. It was a priority. They had medical calls just about a week ago. They were going pretty quick, even past me enough to shake my Jeep. And I mean, through lights, not slowing down, not looking. It's going to kill one of our cops, if not one of our residents. So someone has to look at that. Even at myself, I go quick to calls. I've even been pulled over going to fire calls because I've had a RIT call. Maybe you'll know because you've been a former, thing. Anybody else that's served. I've gone to a RIT call, means firefighter down. I've exceeded the speed limit. I make that choice, but I do it within reason of where I'm going, knowing the roads, same the police I expect to do. Never exceeded over 90. But I've had the police pull me over for it, but then yet they're doing the same exact thing. And I'm saying, okay, you can pull me over, but now you're doing the same, and we're going to do the same type calls, fire, police, things like that. National Night Out, I was there. It's one of the better turnouts. I've gotten other towns even call me and said we had a better showing than their towns. So that was great. People have noticed the parking. We have fire police. We have our fire department here. They're volunteers. They're already trained in traffic control. We could also reach out to the county fire police. They come in. Yes, they ask for a donation. For $500, we could have had them come in and they would do everything you need. They do farm fair, as you know. They pretty much would traffic control everything and be safe. It was a great night, but if we had one person hit, it would have been the worst night. So just think about that for parking for future events. The other thing is, I've been up here before, talked about where I live, Bel Air. So I'm back again because there's been multiple posts from multiple residents in that area. I've asked them to come out. A lot of them are afraid because of the management going on there. They're being harassed with threatening letters of being told they're going to be evicted if they don't pay a certain fine, don't clean up a certain part of their property. Can't say that part of it is right or wrong, but I do know them harassment letters have gone out. I have a 74-year-old mother that's bedridden, and she's received one just recently. Nothing's changed in her house. Her house has been that way probably 5 years now. So something's got to give, especially to that manager. There's another family here tonight. She may not want to speak, but I'll speak for her. She's being harassed as well. Something's got to give. Someone's got to step in. So on a good note, I do have this for the council, if I can approach. Asking support from council or township. It's for anybody. They always have their bingos, their auctions. I know we have a fire department. I firsthand been with them for a year and a half, and seen some of the things they do for other towns. I've been on a first due truck to our borough here and put out a fire with them. A bedroom fire that was, can't say the reasons, but unfortunately, one of our trucks from Vincenttown got there first, put out the fire before our towns responded. Now I hear we want to go paid. It's not that we don't have the volunteers. It's our volunteers don't want to go underneath our leadership. I left because of our leadership. And it's not all, it is the fire chief. I'll say it. You can mark me, you can do whatever. He's asked me to leave his department. I've gotten the email saying, hey, you were great, we want you, from members, from other people talking. I've even asked to go from firefighter just to a contributing member or just fire police. He doesn't want it. to pick and choose. He's done it to multiple people. Everybody knows who it is. It's time someone speaks up, and if I have to be the target, it is what it is. So if you're going to change to go to a paid thing, one, financially, Pemberton Township will not probably be able to afford a paid fire department, not just on building the facility, because I've seen other departments do it, but it is very, very taxable. And our taxes, as you see, whether you pay them or not, they're a lot. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you, James. As far as your questions on 229, that is not transferable, that grant, so we have to cancel it out. It was specifically for a rain garden. And 235, we brought that up earlier tonight. That's they had to pull off the job because there was some issues with some of the engineering. Well, I'm sorry, not the engineering, but the planner who planned it on, and they had to come out.
I'm biased. I don't go to parties,
Yeah,
so
well, they had
you could
they
say
had
engineering, I won't look at
they
you.
had to redo some of the drawings and stuff, so they had to pull off the job, and now they want to be paid to remobilize and get back out to the job, and we want to try to get this done as soon as possible. So that's why we have it on the agenda.
Does that
tonight.
change that price though? Is that the
We-
15,248? Is that changing that, or is that staying standard?
No, that's going to increase the total cost of the
Okay.
project, yeah, but it still falls under what the
Under
total
the federal,
amount is.
so it won't come from us.
Well, right now, we're trying to approve it to pay for it ourselves because it's the federal government, and we may be 6 months waiting for them to decide whether to approve it.
But could we get them funds back?
We can't. We're going to try to
Okay.
get it reimbursed. To
That's
us.
why I
Yes,
asked.
Yes, yes. Okay. That's all I can answer for you tonight. Thank you.
Okay. And then I just gave another letter of the Vincent Town to the township, so that if you guys want to contribute, there's numbers to reach out to. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Couple things. First off, I'm Brian Kitson, 410 California Trail. In reference to the questions about 70 and road signs and whatnot, Mr. Anderson's here. He can probably back me up on it. I do believe the state owns a 50 to 100 foot right of way. So those signs out in PL against 70 would be their issue, not a county or a township issue. A lot going on the last couple weeks. As usual, I come before you and I do not respond to anything in an official capacity for anyone that I may be associated with. They are my opinions and my opinions alone. 35 years with this township fire department. We have our issues. We solve them. Do we need to progress along with the rest of the nation? Absolutely. It's a trend. We can't escape it. I will not sit down in this room and listen to the crap demeaning the leadership of this fire department. Is it perfect? No. Nobody in this room is. As far as the remarks I just heard, 18 years as a fireman, 18 different fire companies, and has the arrogance to come to this council to support another township's fire department and not its own. Lives in this town, runs with a different fire department. Criticizes leadership. I used to be part of that leadership. That man runs a tight ship. He's one of the last remaining old school fire chiefs this county has. Is he perfect? No. Do I always agree? Absolutely not. The man knows his job. And I am by no means trying to attack you, Mr. Dewey, but you asked for good volunteers. The man has volunteered 50 years of his life. He has married this fire department. I don't think you can ask better from a volunteer. He's trying to progress the department into the future. And I will stand behind him the entire way. I was originally not going to say anything. But I will no longer sit in this room and tolerate the crap I hear about this township, its emergency services, specifically the fire department, and or its leadership at any given time. For anybody in this township, especially sitting in this room right now, if you think you can do better, come prove to us you can do better. If you think you know better, show us you know better. Until then, shut the hole under your nose. We take pride in what we do here. I will not watch a room full of people who have no clue what goes on in that department trash my leadership. And they don't know what they're talking about. Love the man or hate the man, either way, the man knows his job. Show him that respect. Otherwise, all of you are wasting all of our time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your opinions on that. I do not disagree with you. Being a volunteer fireman myself for over 11 years, 2 different departments. Spent a couple of years on the Forest Fire Service in Camden County. Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. You know, you have to sacrifice quite a bit, and no company, no club, nothing is perfect. You have different internal issues that you have to deal with, but you know, in the short time that I've been involved here in Pemberton Township, you know, from running on council and stuff, getting to know people, I think the volunteers we have here doing an outstanding job. You know, yes, would always be better if we had more of them, but people have to make choices. So the ones that we do have are doing a fine, outstanding job. I think I think the fire chief does an outstanding job with the department. I think he cares a great deal about this town and the fire department. Yes, and you are correct. He is technically married to the fire department. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's just my stance on it. Anyone else for public comment here tonight?
Harry, I'd like to add something.
Yes, Mr.
Eric,
Dewey.
I was on the New Jersey State Forest Fire Service as a district warden for over 40 years. And when I turned 70, I had to retire. So I was on a lot of fires in Pemberton Township with Browns Mills supplying me water. And I always had a good relationship with all the guys. And when I made that statement, I've been here my whole life. My family's been here for over 140 years. I never trashed a firefighter because I was one, especially Browns Mills. The point, when they asked me a question about, the question was, what is your position for a paid fire company? And the girls answered first, and I answered, and my statement was, I really don't think that we need a paid fire company, because I don't think there's a lot of people in this town that can't afford more taxes. This year alone, just the township and the school board, they're going up 29%. I don't know what the county and the state number is. You've got people that's been here their whole lives. They didn't have big jobs. they're probably living on 15 to 1800 hours a month. And I just, with this tax burden this year, there's going to be people that's been here 75 years are going to end up losing their property because they can't pay the taxes. And there's a way around it. I have a plan to make everything right, but I just need the opportunity to do it. And my statement was, I don't think we need a paid fire company. We just need some better people that want to work with the program, and we can do it. And I was not trashing any of the fire people. That's all I got to say in my defense. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dewey. Anyone else for public comment? Come on up, young lady.
Hi, my name is Deja Thorell. I live in Bel Air at 3571 Schultz Street. The park manager there, Georgianne Fye, has consistently harassed not just myself, but plenty of other members, and she has no reason to harass me. The only reasoning that she has is that she doesn't like my mom because my mom has taken her to court many times, and Georgianne has lost against my mom many times because she has been trying to evict my mom many times for as simple as leaving her trash cans in front of her house. It's been brought to my attention recently that Georgianne has picked and choose who she wants to live there. She's not following the policies in place of our lease. She is bypassing the application process for certain individuals that live in the park. She denied my boyfriend the right to live with me. She denied his application and refused to overturn it due to his low credit score after his job loss during COVID. And that was the only reason that his application was denied. And I explained the situation to her, that I am a struggling single mother of two, and a second income in my household would help tremendously in not just my life, but also paying my bills on time, including the lot rent that she gets. There's been a post on Facebook today where a lot of people have come forward anonymously in regards to how we are all being treated and harassed and threatened with eviction constantly by her, and the way she picks and chooses who she likes. And she refuses to give us the owner of the park's contact information as well when we want to reach out with our concerns.
Go ahead, Mr. Doyle.
My question is, that's a private park, correct?
Bel Air Estates.
Right. Yeah. So you were mentioning before about targeting or something. So this is coming from the manager of the park, correct?
The manager,
so it's
Georgianne
nothing
Fye.
to do with that. Nobody from the township is coming after you.
No.
Can she get the contact information from our tax office?
I have the contact information for the owner now.
Good.
But we're not even allowed to have kids' toys in our yards without being threatened eviction. And I have 2 young children that I can't even have kids' toys in my yard for. And I know that's not a township regulation. I mean, plenty of people have.
So is your park, is that part of a corporate, kind of like Garden Homes? Is it, they're based out of Connecticut, but they run parks everywhere. Is this park the same way, Ro?
It's owned by a management company. I know
That's
that.
right.
And unfortunately, because I live in another complex, but their rules, they're governed by HUD, I believe. Ro, is that correct? But we don't have a lot of control there. We have certain controls, but as far as the management, I don't know that we have any controls there.
There's also another concern also with how we are harassed about our yards not being in tip-top shape and being threatened eviction over that. But she has mobile homes placed all over the trailer park that are not tied down or they're not tied down. They're not supported at all. They're just laying around on unsupported grass.
It sounds to me like you probably have I'm not going to say you. She has an issue with you per se, maybe. So it sounds to me like you're going to have to go over your head through that contact that you have and go to somebody.
Yes, I sent
higher
a
than
certified
her.
letter
That's
today
that's
to
where
the
you need
owner.
to start, because when you signed your lease or whatever you did in that park, there's rules, laws, ordinances, whatever you want to call
She
it. The park.
refuses to give us our lease.
But you had to sign one, didn't you? And it should have given you a copy of all the park rules way back when you moved in.
I've lived here my whole life. So since I was born, I have lived in this neighborhood my whole life. And I was here for when it changed management from Joan Lasco to the new owner, Dave Poloski, I think his name is
So
David
what's your
Poloski.
is it an annual lease that renews every year?
Yes, but we never get sent a new lease. We just get sent a quit or deceased letter in the mail that says lot rent is increasing by this amount or we have to move. We never get a new lease. And when requested for a lease, she
My
says we
recommendation,
can't.
I would utilize that number that you have for the corporation or whatever it is, and that's where you need to go. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, Rose, or a housing authority or something that you could contact?
I figured the trailers being all over maybe some kind of like code enforcement issue because they're just laying around like they've been there for years now.
That may be the only thing we have a little weight about, but that's, I'm not sure what else.
So they are rentals, and there is a tenant landlord division that she can go to because not
the
giving a
county?
copy of the lease. Yeah, there are things that they have to do per the
Absolutely,
law
yeah.
and things that she'll have to do per the law. So I recommend that you get over there. If you want to give me your email address before you leave, I'll send you the contact information.
Yeah, I do want to add that Belair is we all are homeowners. We don't rent. The lot, yes,
Right.
but we own the homes.
Correct. Yeah. She's got good info for you. If you can go through the county landlord tenant disputes is what it would be. It's a very good place to go.
Okay.
That's a neutral party and it's certainly above us. It's on the county level.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Thank
Like
you.
to hear how you make
Harry,
out.
if I could throw something out there. Rosemary, did they comply to what we told them about Rancocas Road, of repairing the road and things that had to be done around there?
From my understanding, they did get their annual license, so I'm not sure what code enforcement's last inspection revealed, but I will look into it tomorrow.
I think Danny was talking about there was a paving issue out there on the part of Rancocas that
Yeah.
they own.
So we notified the part that the township can do. I believe we've done it. And I believe that somebody from the Public Works was reaching out to the management there about their stuff because we can't go in there and fix the roads. But if their roads have potholes, then they can't pass their annual inspection. It's one of the things that you have to.
Okay, I think it was 2 years ago, Harry and I toured every park in the town, and Bel Air was the worst. I mean, there was homes laying on railroad ties.
They
we
still are.
brought it to the committee, and my attitude is when it comes time for renewal, they're denied till they step up to the plate and
Well,
take care of it.
I think this year we delayed their renewal initially because they did have some issues, and then they took care of those supposedly. But I guess Ken can go out and check it out again.
Well, if you want something done and they want license, they'll be coming running.
That Rancocas Road is not completed.
Okay, so I guess we can send them some violation about that then, I
Absolutely.
guess. All right. We'll do what we can, and Rosemary will give you what information she can to help you.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Sorry we couldn't do more. Anyone else for public comment? All right. Seeing none, let's move on. We got meeting minutes and resolutions. Resolution 233, we're going to pull that because we didn't get proof of funding for that. So any other than that, I think 230 we want to have a discussion about. So we're going to hold. Well, we'll have a little discussion about it, Danny, and other than that, anybody else have any that they want to talk about, or just want to do consent agenda? '27 and '28. Okay. All right. Looking for a motion for the amended consent agenda.
Make a motion to yeah,
I'll second.
consent of the amended agenda.
All right.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right, Danny, you at 227.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I had them in order here, but let me see. I think we had approved this either the last meeting or the meeting before that with the tax bills.
Two meetings ago, they
Yeah.
approved it just in case that the county and the school didn't get their tax things together, right? But since then, they got everything in, and so now they don't need it. And that's what we got to rescind this one and then approve the next one to get the tax bills out late.
Okay, so for the 4 years I've been here, you hear, oh, we're working on the budget, and they're starting in November, and we just approved the budget, meeting. So what was the holdup? Was it the state and the county too, or? I just don't understand. In the real world, when you have a business, your new budget starts on January 2nd when you're open. You have all your reports, and over half the year's gone, and we're approving a budget. You can't do that when you're making money with a company. You have to know where you stand every month against your budget, and August we approve it. And I just don't see how the town can function with the stuff that they do. And then they approve the budget, and then the next meeting we have $25,000-$30,000 worth of repairs. And I said, well, was that number part of your budget for your department? And you don't get any answers. So my personal opinion, since I've been here, the budgets that we approve ain't worth nothing, because they don't go in effect till 8 months after they were supposed to be. That's all my comment.
All right. Well, 227 is just to rescind because they didn't need the extra time to hold off on the tax bills. They got the information they needed.
Wait 4 months and we can start over.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, well.
Anybody have anything else on 227? If not, looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. 228.
Well, we might as well just let it ride. It's part of the first one.
Okay.
Motion to approve 228.
Second.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. 230. As we talked about this a little bit earlier, this is additional cost that Alimo's looking because the state keeps changing the plans. At this point right now, Roe's trying to set up a meeting with the state so we can get this in order. My suggestion is to table this until we get that meeting together and we can really firm this number up with Alimo. So with that,
But why don't we just mention what created this problem? You had a committee worked very hard to do the dam.
Yeah.
And then we give a hunk of property away and promise to do the landscaping. And there's no reason that Horizon should have been paying for them lights going down Pemberton Browns Mills Road. And with the extra money, that's what screwed up the Mirror Lake. Mirror Lake should be done. Horizon should have paid for them lights.
Actually, Mr. Dewey, as part of this grant, it was required that we provide lighting for that project because that was what initially started this project. And unfortunately, Roe and I did not know that as we came into the project a little late. Roe was trying to save the funding, and the state made us aware that, that was one of the first revisions they made that we had to concentrate on that area.
So you're gonna tell me for the rest of that building there, every time somebody slips in the snow and knocks a pole down, we gotta pay for the pole in front of a business.
I think that's what we
But
do. I think that's what we do.
But I understand, Harry, but it was Hornicle that promised them that we're gonna do the landscaping, right? He's the one that made the commitment. Of course, they jumped on it, and now and it's something that the taxpayer should be paying for.
Well, the taxpayers aren't paying. It's a grant, and
Oh,
unfortunately,
the grants are free now? Oh, okay. It's just, I don't know. That's when we had all the big real estate guys running the town, like the Yellow Bank and all that. They thought they were Donald Trump, but they weren't.
well, as I said, it's the grant. We have to follow the state's regulations to get the grant money. So, I mean, right now I'm just.
Was it brought up when we had the committee formed for the Mirror Lake? They didn't know at the time, right?
The Economic Development Committee knew that there was a grant available, and we tried to put it together that way. And like I said, Rowan was just trying to salvage the grant before it got lost for not being used back when we had a change in administration.
I don't think that they were told, because when they got the bid, it was for the dam only.
We weren't
Is that
even
correct?
we weren't even told that this was part of the proposal till the DCA met with Roe and I just last week. This was their
Let me
latest
address
change.
that. So from what I gathered from looking at everything and talking to the DCA, the entire grant was built around Pemberton Commons. You were going to do all the infrastructure, roadway improvements and everything like that. I, in good conscience, could not see that happen. We had plans revised. They were sent to the DCA at least 3 or 4 times. And then out of nowhere, we get a call. The Horizon says, hey, listen, what are we doing with the lights? And they offered that they'll put in their own electric. So that made now the bid a lot easier for somebody to actually bid on. Right. But the state knew that what we were trying to accomplish. I'm not really sure why they decided at the 11th hour to come down here, but I will tell you that not only this grant, but there was another grant. They believe the total improvements were almost $900,000 that this township was going to give to a private developer. They actually worked with us. They knew it was ridiculous, and we were trying to do something nice for downtown. We're going to get it done. Just going to take a little more time.
Okay. All right. So if there's no other questions on that, I'd just like to entertain a motion to table this until we get it worked out with the DCA.
I'll just make the comment that that's the way you need to do it. You need to make sure that every single detail is nailed down, and the DCA is not going to come back, oh, by the way, we found something else. We need to make sure it's all buttoned down completely solidly before we proceed.
Yeah.
So yes, table it. Make a motion to table it.
Second.
All right.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yep.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right. 234, Danny, that was you again. It's the piping project, lining.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. See here, this is another project that's been going on for over 4 years in the town. Right, John? Do we have the funding secured to do this job?
Yes, there was a bond issue that we all approved last year in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And after the job is completed, we'll receive $910,000 back from a federal grant to offset it, but we have to pay it up front. That's why that price is that high, and that's the bond issue that we approved.
And who's going to be in charge collecting the money, the bond?
The bond is to pay for the contractor.
Who's going to be in charge to get the money from the federal government?
Jen has been filling out the paperwork and stuff as the job goes along, and I guess her and the CFO will, cover all the stuff.
And we have all the approvals for the DEP and all that before we start digging?
For this work, you don't need DEP approval.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. I just want, when you look at $2 million, and I know this project's been going on ever since I've been up here, and I just want to make sure everything is proper before we, and make sure we're getting the right funding that we're supposed to. So if you're telling me everything's going to be all right, pull the trigger.
Anybody else have any questions on that? Looking for a motion.
Motion to approve 234.
I'll second it.
Mr. Charleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. 235. Danny, you have the floor again.
Yeah. This is another project that's been going on for over 4 years. I think it went out to bid at least 4 times. Is that correct, Jen? With the
I will be honest, I don't know the answer to that, but what Ro is telling me is yes, it did.
it's been a cluster since we signed up for the program. And I guess there was some type of delay with paperwork, and we were 54,000 ahead. Now, now they're looking for 15,000. So the question I had, it's the same company that's got the Johnson property junked up.
Yes, the command's using Dominic Johnson Center.
Right.
Yeah.
So, did we collect any rent for that? Or, we were out there a couple weeks ago, Mr. Doyle, there should have been a fence put around that, all those piles. You got piles that are 10 feet tall, and then you got 12 feet of weeds on top of it. Kids were out there playing, and I just don't understand
Once a kid falls or gets hurt, they're not going to be
why we
suing.
do
They're going to be suing the
things the way
property
we
owner.
do.
They're going to be suing the property owner. They're not going to be suing the contractor. It's on our property.
I will be
Yeah.
100% honest. The delay in this project was not planned. Without getting into too many details, I am the second set of hands touching this project. I did not do the design, so there were some design issues. I had to go back to the design engineer, and there was a lot of back and forth with the design engineer. I have been trying to move this along for about 3 months now. We have finally gotten to a point where the contractor has said they're going to come back out next week to finish the job. Believe me, I didn't want those piles out there, but I knew as soon as I called the contractor and said, come move them, they'd be ready to come back out. So on top of this, I'd get a bigger price added to it for bringing all the supplies back out that I make them move. Again, this has not been ideal for anyone. We're just doing the best we can with this project.
Yeah, and Jen, my concern wasn't so much when I was out there, like Danny said, wasn't with the actual piles being there. I mean, keeping it close to a project
Kids were
area is
playing out
ideal, but how about some orange fencing? I mean, that's what it's designed for,
And I can talk to the
I would
contractor when they
appreciate that. Yeah,
come back
thank you.
out and get that
The
installed.
kids were all over on bikes. Like I said, when they fall, they're not going to care what contractor did it. They're going to care they're on township property.
But Jen, for the record, I am so glad that you're our engineer now, and you do a great job. The only question I have, he wants more money. He's kind of holding our feet to the fire a little bit. Can we put a note in the contract that when he's done, that property is to back the way it was before he dumped all his poop?
That's standard operating procedure. It's
just
not
making sure that we're
is
covered.
that will be done. That's not
Yeah.
even a question. They took photos and videos of before they started, and I will make sure that the parking lot of that building is back to the way it was.
Because they've always had a water problem there, but the way that they got the ground tore up, it's worse. And I just think
By us approving this tonight, the project will get back underway quicker and hopefully cleaned up quicker. Yeah, that's the whole reason we have this on the agenda tonight. Because again, it's not us. We're dealing with federal government, and we know how slow they are with handling things. So, There's no other questions.
Make a motion to plow on.
Second.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi.
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. Moving right along. Tonight's just flying. Uh, Ordinances for second reading, public hearing, or adoption. Ordinance 23-2026, an ordinance authorizing the exchange of the township property located at 787 Lot 4 for a portion of Burlington County owned property located in Pemberton Township and identified as a portion of Block 812 Lot 9-01, which portion may be designated as Block 812 Lot 9.04, as it's shown on the official tax map of the Township of Pemberton, and authorizing all documents and action necessary to effectuate the land exchange. Opening this up for public comment. Anyone have anything to say?
No.
Michelle, don't disrespect my ears.
All right, we're going to take a couple minutes. Just take a couple minutes here, Michelle. Yeah, we want to make sure everybody's here.
Well, in that case, I will run to the
Sure.
restroom as well.
All right, Michelle, the floor is all yours.
Everybody needed a break anyway, so you did everybody a favor. Okay. I want to start by saying that I do not get intimidated easily by you all or the audience. I'm going to say what I want because I have freedom of speech. That's all. I'm just going to say that real quick. So I'm going to say what I want and what I feel. I've been here for many years. I'm not having somebody who's lived here for 6 years push me around. I know that, but whatever. I'm not talking about anybody in particular exactly, but first of all, Harry, you're the one pushing this. Because at the last meeting, we're going to push this through. It's been 9 years. We want to push this through. It's been 9 years. You're pushing this through. And I don't trust you anymore because you lied to me tonight. I have it on record. I've had other residents here accuse you of lying, and I don't appreciate it at all. I'm going to say that right now. I don't trust this swap. I don't care if you all think it's a great idea. I don't even care if the audience thinks it's a great idea. I think Josh Ward was not here tonight, but he had a lot of good things to say at the last meeting. Have you checked into everything he was concerned about with this swap? I'll tell you one reason I'm not in favor of this swap is because with this new Lisbon, over there, we are giving free water to Fort Dix. What I was told. And Fort Dix owns this land back here. If you guys need more land, why don't you make a swap with Fort Dix? Why aren't they willing to let go of a little bit of land? I talked to the last administration. Oh, we can't do. Why not? Why can't you do that? And why aren't we charging them for? Why are they getting free water from us? They're getting. I don't see why. Because that land right there is not a problem to anybody. I have never heard anybody say there's a problem with that land. You could put the amphitheater somewhere else too. I am 100% favor. Josh said there's a rumor. We're going to put municipal buildings on that land if we buy it. I'm 100% for that. But nobody here, besides Mr. Dewey, wanting the amphitheater, which I think there's somewhere else we can put that too, gave me what you're going to do with this land. I would love to see, hey, I'm not happy about a lot of stuff. I have somebody come up here and say, somebody said to me, and you know these people very well, this person very well who I'm talking about. And she said, oh, look at that property. She's talking about the front here. Oh, I know you might think it has nothing. Oh, look at that property. It looks blah, blah. You know what? Forget the property. I thought it looked beautiful. She thought it was terrible. We have different, and I actually feel like it's an insult, some of the donation furniture that you guys got with the other mayor. Give these workers a bigger office to work in. I'm all in favor for. I'm horrified that the police department for years had to put up with being in a trailer over there, or whoever's in the trailer, Public Works. I don't think they should settle for that. You want to give your employees recognition and pats on the back and raises. You know what you need to do? Give them a better work environment. Patriarcha did this room. It looks beautiful. Okay, so I'd like to know what you guys are planning on doing with the land. You didn't say it last time. You might not say it this time. I would like people to, I'm requesting, although I know nobody's going to probably care what I say, I'm requesting that this be tabled and give it a lot of thought. And it be voted on when Joshua Ward is here. I don't know where he is tonight, but he had a lot of concerns about this and a lot of questions that were answered that I want to go through. And the professionals, the developers come here, they're allowed to talk as long as they want. But when I come up here and I'm concerned about this, people, I know the law is there's no deadline to me sharing on an ordinance. Okay, I'm just saying that. I know the law. So if anybody wants to leave, go ahead. See you later. Bye. Okay. How much taxes are they going to give us for the swap? So right now, do they have to pay taxes for being in our township on this county property? Yes or no? Do they get to? How come they don't get to? How come they don't have to pay taxes? Well, that's another story, right? Oh, okay.
County, the state, we pay no taxes on property we own, the township here. Yeah,
So if we swap this land with them, they don't have to pay taxes on the rail to trail either, right?
we don't pay taxes on it right now, so there's no taxes being paid on it.
Okay, I know, but it's still, we could make money off of them if we gave it to somebody else besides them, or just keep it ourselves. We're not making money, so there's no motive to do this deal because we're going to make any money off of it. We're not going to make anything of it. And you said at the last meeting, excuse me, but I'm going to say it, but you could, or one of the meetings. The county, when we have snow on our streets, Pemberton Township, you said, is the last one to get plowed. That's what you said. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. Thank you. And so I do not trust the county to take care of the rail to trail. They can do whatever they want with this. Now, I am speaking from somebody who rides that trail, walks that trail. My husband, with my family. I go for bike rides by myself. I feel relatively, well, not really. No, I don't feel really safe because there's a lot of things I wanted you all to work on with the trail. But I let it go because you're so busy. There's, you guys are supposed to be taking care of it. I know you said the township's doing a great job taking care of it. Last time I was here, I said, yes. If I called out a tree down, they go right out and fix it. It was good riding this year. On my bike, I could ride easily, okay? So they must be grading that road. I'm not sure. I'm guessing they did. And I just don't like a lot of the stuff I was hearing. I was hearing that the county is telling you guys that they're not 100% sure that they can beautify that trail for another 10 years because they don't have the money right now. And what are they going to do with that trail? Are they telling you what they're going to do with that trail? Because this is what I think about the county. And I'm going to tell you because I go to county meetings. And there are people that went to the last county meeting that I went to, including Harry, were very respectful to these people. And at the end of the county commission meeting, the girl was like, oh, you guys are demanding. You're demanding answers. And everybody was very respectful. She went over and over on us like we were little kids. I don't trust the county. I don't think we should give them any. Don't think we should make any sweet deals with them until they straighten up and start treating their residents with respect. And the other thing I'm going to say, I know everybody's getting tired. I'm getting tired too. I'm tired a lot, but I stay and listen to all you guys. Thank you, Mr. Dewey, for shaking your head because I try to give you the utmost respect. And if you could just give me 30 seconds to veer off a little bit. At the last meeting, I was talking to Mr. Dewey. Mr. Charleroi, you wanted to talk to me and say something about what I was sharing. And I said, hold off. Hold off. I didn't mean to be rude. I just want to apologize for that. I never went back to you to see what you wanted to say to me. So if you ever remember it, let me know. Okay, I know that people disrespect me when I come up here. I don't want to disrespect anybody else. What I say is the truth. And if somebody lies to me, I can go on the record and prove that they're lying. So, so you kept saying we have to push this through. You have to. Is this another patriarcha deal from 9 years ago? It must have been. Why are we making all his dreams come true? He's not here anymore. Okay. It's a beautiful trail. Already, the township agreed to let him cut. Greenberg, who said they cut down all those trees? They cut hundreds of trees down. 300, 500-year-old trees. I can't tell you everything. My husband knows every tree. I don't know every tree. I don't know the name of a tree. He knows almost every tree. But they're beautiful trees. And there's trees like left over branches in the street, and I don't know what Greenberg's doing. Somebody needs to take a walk down there. You want to go with me one day? We'll take a bike ride down there. I'll show you the trail. What a mess they made out of it. Now, this is very important. So I don't try to shut anybody else up, and nobody needs to shut me up or direct me to what to say. I don't tell anybody here what to say. Now, they're trying to say this is a rail to trail. Oh, it's such an elaborate rail. Well, first of all, you go down this little trail. It's a small tract of land. There's no trail on this side. There's no trail on that side. You cross Birmingham, you go on a street. You go across the town after Birmingham to 206. 206. You can't even cross that street. It's very dangerous. It's very treacherous. And this has everything to do with it. They're trying to say they need to do this for the rail to trail, this elaborate trail they're having. This has everything to do with this ordinance. And then when you cross over there to get to Smithville, to get to the trails, there's trails to Smithville you can't even get on. And then there's roads that are really narrow, They're a one-lane highway, so you can't ride your bike down there safely. And I know this because I rode my bike to Mount Holly, where the Ollie's is right now, the new Ollie's. And I rode back there. I probably could have gotten killed. Very dangerous roads. So I am against this. I know that you're all for it. I feel like that's the way it's going to go. I know, like everybody says, I'm just wasting my breath. But I have a lot of questions about this. Josh had a lot of questions. Did you all answer all his questions? Like the county said they won't be able to fix it for 10 years. What are they going to do with this when they get it? They could do anything with it. They can make it, give the, I'm suspecting they want to give the Greenberg Farm an emergency exit to get out of there and use our trail for that. And nothing we could do can stop them from allowing that if we give it to them. I don't trust them. I don't even trust people around here, some of y'all. Let's see if there's anything. And the other reason you want this is because of a carnival once a year. You have to get a permit. First of all, I could be wrong. You can correct me if I am. I think St. Anne's has to get the permit. You don't even have to lift a finger to get the permit. I'm guessing. Now, if you give that trail to the county, what? If we want to take, the seniors are taking walks down there. I went on a bike ride down there with a bunch of people. The rec center did that. Are they going to still be able to do that? Or do they have to get a permit from the county? You have a lot of things to think about. That's a beautiful trail. You're talking about nothing for kids to do? I told Tom Besselman, put a bike rack up there so kids can park their bikes there and go for bike rides. There's a lot of things people can do for free around here. Okay, I'm almost done here. And Josh kept saying stuff, and you kept saying, "Oh, we just want to get it done." We want to push this through. We want to get this done. I can prove that Harry was saying this by just listening to the video, but I really can't do that because I had a hard time getting on the video last time. Did you have a problem with the video last time here? Is it on the YouTube? Is it on the? Can I go on YouTube and see last month's meeting? But we'll talk about that later. And then yeah. So are you going to give them the side like the swampland too? I don't know. It just seems like I just think this should be tabled till you consider other options. Let me just see. Wrap it up. Single lane roads. It just seems like a bunch of hogwash, if you ask me. Really, this is not connecting any trails anywhere. There's no path that you can go on from your house to 206. There's no path. It's a street. I'm not even complaining about that. You can go by it. I'll go by it. I feel relatively safe there. But keep going. You can't cross 206 safely. You're risking your life. Keep going a little farther. You have to go up this big hill, this trailer park, go down the road. The road is like a one-lane highway. Once you get down farther, there's no path. There's no path for people to ride their bike. The county's like, oh, we want this because for our elaborate trail we have. They don't have an elaborate trail. And if they do, please let me know because I want to go there. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. Does anybody have any answers for me? Because did anybody write down all the questions Josh Ford had the last time? And he was also talking about merging it together. And Dr. Mark, as you all know, takes environmental people down those roads for walks and stuff. Now, when he does that, what does he have to do? Get a permit from the county. So now, if you do this deal, you're just swapping one problem for another. You guys don't have to worry about permits over there, but everybody using the trail got to go to the county for a permit. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you. Does anybody have any
Michelle, first
answer
of
to
all,
any of my questions?
I can happily help you with some of it. When you're walking down the trail, if you're
Sorry, I
going,
ripped the sign-in sheet. Go ahead.
good. If you're walking on the trail from the borough towards my house, If you step off to the left, when you begin, you're stepping on Pemberton Township property. That was the piece of property that we were all against. They were so graciously eager to give back to us in exchange for the Greenberg deal. So if you step off the trail to the left, you're on township property.
Hold on, when you say left, you mean if I'm coming from the township to your house?
That's what I said. If you're
I'm
leaving
sorry
the
if I-
borough, walking towards my house,
Okay, to the
you
left.
have K Hobb on the right owns that
Right.
property. You have 12 feet roughly of trail that would belong to the county. Then on the left, you have township property. Continue down, cross over the creek, over the bridge, the Green Bridge. On the left, then becomes the Rancocas Conservancy when you
Right.
step off the trail.
Uh-huh. I know
Off to the
that.
right is a private owner. I'm drawing a blank right now who that belongs to.
Oh, really?
You get up further, you step off to the left. Now you're on the private property belonging to, what's it called now? Gateway Industrial Park, the pit. So if you step off the white trail to the left towards the MUA, that is Gateway Industrial Park, I believe is the name of it now. Private property.
Oh.
Go up a little further, you step off to the left, you're on township property. So the county can't just serendipitously say they're going to transform this into something else. There's nothing else to transform it into. They don't have any given right of way wider than what the actual trail is, which is what the railway used to be. Now, look, switching over to this piece of property out here, 30 years ago, I was in Public Works. For 7 years, I rode a lawnmower on this grass, maintaining county property with a township piece of equipment that you paid to put the gas in. For years, 7 years I did it. We are still doing it today. Every time there's a function here, when's the last time you saw a county mower mowing it for a township function? You never have. Everything out here that goes on this piece of property is done by the township, or it's a township function. I've never seen it. Do we have any county functions that occur out here? Do we ever have any county lawnmowers come take care of county property? It just makes sense. There is no grand plan or scheme or anything I've even talked to anybody about that we're going to do with this piece of property, except we've been maintaining it. You've been maintaining it with your tax dollars. Why shouldn't we just own it?
They're not paying you to maintain it?
Who? No.
The county's not paying
No.
you? Well, how are they going to pay you to maintain the trail if they're not paying you to maintain this? If you guys want the township to maintain the trail for them, how are they going to go do that? They're not maintaining that either right now, or the college.
You done? Okay. We need to take care of the trail if they don't, because it's our residents that primarily use it. That was us saying that the township does a fine job of keeping it clean for our residents. If the county doesn't keep up, I mean, we got a little contact with a guy in the back who rides a county mower. I'm sure we could probably pull a little string and try to get it done on a more often basis than the county's accustomed to taking care of stuff in our town for us.
I thought they said they can't do it. They can't afford to take care of it for 10 years. That's what I was told. Remember hearing that?
I don't recall that.
No, I know it was not said. We put in an additional couple lines.
We covered the lines we wanted that we spoke of at the last
about
meeting.
the
Maintenance of it.
Yep, and then that should cover. I mean, the county may, after we send it to them, they might find something wrong with it themselves. Who knows? We have to send it to
So
them.
you haven't heard back from them, but you're going to vote on it tonight. You haven't even heard back from them yet, and you're going to vote on it tonight. Can't you put it on hold till you hear back from them? That's what Josh was saying. I'm not saying anything different than what Josh was saying.
That's not the way it works. We have to
Okay,
send
you know
it
what
to
they
them.
said? They said they can't tell us. I was told that they said they can't tell us what they're going to do with the land until we sell it to them or we switch it with them.
What land? Which land? Are you talking about the trail?
Yeah, they said we can't tell you what we're going to do with it until we sell it. That's what I heard on the YouTube from the last meeting.
As Perry said, the trail is only going to be a trail. That's all it is. It's 30-some feet wide.
They can't use either side of the trail. It all belongs to private people. They can't just serendipitously come in and just, okay, we want to put a highway through here and just do it. That can't happen.
Yeah,
They have the width of the trail. That's all the county has. That's it.
Okay, well, it sounds to me like you guys are ready to do this, so I just want to say how I feel about it.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
You just made an interesting point. Why don't we take over to Pemberton County College? Why don't we go down there and cut that grass?
Why don't we take it over? Why don't we hold our events down here with St. Anne's? Huh? Okay. What about it's county? The county just got it back. It's not Rowan. They just bought it back. Now they're tearing the buildings down. So it's a county property. Why don't we just take it over? It's in Pemberton Township. Minimum security down here. Why don't we just take that property over? Why can't we just take it over? You just said we cut the grass out here all them years and it's county property. Who told you to cut that grass?
That was what was done with the county years ago because they weren't maintaining
Well,
it the
no,
way
that's
we
your
wanted
property.
to.
It's not yours.
You'd have to talk
Do
to
you
your
cut
own
your neighbor's
corporation.
grass for free?
Yeah, it's my mom. Yeah.
You know what I mean. Would you? You cut your neighbors? Everybody cut their neighbor's property for free? I did too. So. But you know what I'm saying. Why don't we take over minimum security? We can hold St. Anne's Carnival down there. We can cut the grass down
Joe,
there.
it's not a takeover. It's a swap. We're giving them property for them giving us property. It's a swap.
Who's handling
you
the
give me a
swap?
$10 bill, I'll give you two
Who's
fives. That's
handling
what's
the
going
swap?
on.
Are you handling the swap?
No.
Who's
It's not my
handling the
job.
swap? Who's in
Administration.
control? Who's in control of the swap? The mayor? The administrator?
It's something
Has to be approved. Who's going to handle the swap?
the attorneys are going to handle all the paperwork. They've wrote up.
What are we gaining from this?
We're getting this property. The county wants the trail property. They want to over time connect.
Is this county property across the street?
But the county's not interested in swapping that. They're interested
Well,
in
then
swapping.
you don't make the swap until we get that property too. Why are we allowing this to stay county over here? Why?
Joe,
Are you that great of a negotiator? I mean, are you? No swap until we get it all. But you're gonna bow down to them. Right?
Joe,
you're going to bow down to him just like you did the developer, the Greenberg. Here's your 5-year abatement. Here you go.
It's a totally different problem.
Great negotiator from Pemberton Township. And tell us why you want that property. Why? Why do you want it? What do you want to build? Tell the people.
Joe, I just told you exactly why I want it. Why should we pay to maintain something that we don't own?
Okay, then what are we going to build there?
I don't have any plans.
What are we going to build there, Mayor?
There's no plans to build anything.
No plans to build on. You want to put that on record?
Yeah, I just did.
Huh?
I just did.
And I bet you next year we'll be saying we're building a new municipal building or a firehouse.
Well,
don't build a new firehouse there because you're not going to take it away from the center of town. Don't be that stupid.
I don't know where you're
No, I
hearing
hope
these
not.
rumors. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rumors always come true around here for some reason.
Nothing going on other than a land swap.
No, nobody knows what's going on over here, but you want it awful bad. You want an empty field. I don't really care if you get the field or not, but I mean, just be honest with the people.
Well, as I said, Joe, this is a project that started 2009, and the county just said to us, "We never finalized this. We'd like to do it."
And my wife texted me and she said, "Well, could you please tell the mayor to get the hell off the phone and pay attention?"
Okay, well.
I guess you're on video on the phone all night. You've been on the phone all night, I guess.
Well.
So pay attention, she said. Why is the mayor always on his phone?
All right.
I don't know.
So I'm guessing you're against this swap.
All right.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead
Joe.
with the swap. But it won't be a 3-2 vote tonight, no, will it?
3-2 is 5. There's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
So I'm just betting it won't be 3-2 tonight, will it? Can't be. So it'll probably be 3-1.
5-0.
Hi. I just have a question because this is listed as block 12, lot 901. And if you put that into the maps, it tells you that the address is 610, 620, and 630 Pemberton Browns Mills Road. So when this was first under introduction, it was all about this property that's right next door, kind of like where we had the National Night Out. But when you look up 610 Pemberton Browns Mills Road is right on the other side of I don't know, is that some kind of old person hospital? It's on the other side of that, up near the road. When you put in 620 Pemberton Browns Mills Road, it comes up with a building. It's kind of across from, it says Burlington County Farmland Preservation, and the building is Lenape Land. That's 620. And then when you put in 630, 630 is located near the Burlington County College place, only there's a Weikert's real estate school there, which looks like a parking lot. They show a small building, which I've never seen. And then the piece of parcel on the other side of where it's showing that on Google is 630 Pemberton Browns Mills Road. So are we sure we got the block and lots proper on this? Because I kind of Googled it, looked it all up, looked at the digital maps, and it says there that it's actually block 812, lot 901. 904 does not come up on the tax map. So maybe this one that's next to us is 904. So are we getting all of these multiple
Patty,
properties?
no, it has not been subdivided out yet because the deal hasn't went through yet. That section will be subdivided out once the deal goes through. That's why they're saying, designate it as block 812, 904.
Oh, okay. So all of those properties that I looked
It's
up
all
all
owned
falls
by
in
the
there, but
county
they're
at
just
this
going to
point.
take a little portion of it,
Right.
and that's what we're looking to trade.
Yeah, I believe it's about 9.5 acres or something there. I'm not sure exactly what it comes out to. But
Okay. It was a bit confusing when you look at all the lots and blocks on the digital map. So
believe me, Patty, and I get confused looking at our section down at the rails of the trail because there's, several slivers, as Perry's saying, because it's not a very wide thing and it goes long. So that, but they'll be double checking all these lots and blocks before the ink's finally dry on this paper. But that's the reason you're getting coming up with an odd number on the lot and blocks when you're looking at it.
okay, and I like to say that I 100% respect anything that Councilman Doyle says as far as Birmingham goes. I like to keep Birmingham beautiful too, but then Michelle did kind of give me a little bit of concern on, the county owning that. I'm hoping that if something happens to our little trail, that the township will be right all over it. And I do understand that, I hear so many people up here talking about what you guys are doing, but you guys are just trying to fix what all the previous elected officials have done to our town, and you're having to take all the heat for it. So I sympathize with what you're going through, but I also see so many things being taken away from Birmingham, like our ballpark and anything else, and we're just like on the outskirts of nothing. I mean, they were wanting to bulldoze our whole neighborhood with the last administration. So I'd like to make sure that we do keep something beautiful there. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Patty, I can assure you, if the county doesn't keep up with this like we hope they do, like our township does, and we call Tommy McNaughton, and for some reason they're not able to get to it,
I know you're going to be
my
out there.
wife is going to put me on a lawnmower and make me cut it. So I can assure you it's going to
I
be
can
done.
honestly see you out there too. But it is kind of sad that, it seems like Birmingham has so much taken away from it.
I don't know has anyone gone to any of the other county trails? Because I ride and walk on a lot of them, and they do maintain the ones that I've been on very well.
So have you been on our trail?
I've been on ours. I've been on a lot of county
The
trails.
one down in Smithville, I think the concern is because the county trails, most of them like Smithville, is in a county park. So I'm sure they're going to keep up on that. So we can only hope that they're going to do for us what they do in their own county parks. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll designate it a park. I don't know, but all we can do is hope.
Yeah.
And there was a concern from Michelle that they would have to have a permit to walk on the trail. You do not need a permit to hike on any trail, county, state, etc.
I'm aware of that.
I didn't say they definitely will. I said they might ask.
And I am confirming that they will not.
That it, Patty, or you got something else here?
No, that's it. I'm just
Yes.
Thank you very much, Patty.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else for public comment on this? Seeing none, any council comments on this?
Yeah, I got some.
Go ahead, Danny.
This started 19 years ago when King David was in, where he tried to do the swap. And at that time, I knew what they were up to. And the thing that bothers me, and Joe Anderson was right, we have a ton of money invested in a ball field across the street, and we don't own that ground either. And next to that is the Culpert Cemetery. At any time, the county could come in here and say, okay, we want our ground back, and we lose a ball field. And I just think, like Joe said, let's get the ball field too. You know, it's, I know 19 years ago, I know the plan that they had wasn't a good one for the town, but. Nope. The King was in for 16 years, right? And I'm starting my 4th year, so 16 and 3 is 19 years. Okay? So.
Any other councilman have any?
I mean, what the hell's another 19 years before we get it, you know? I don't know. I just think it's going to be a bad deal for us. That's all I can say.
Any other comments?
Danny, what do you think is bad about it?
I don't want to bring it up because I don't want another write up on the web page or the Tribune for something that I said. I'm going to leave it at that. But I'll just be careful.
I mean, I'm just I'm wondering also because at the last meeting you thought it was a good deal, and okay, no, I'm just wondering. Well, yes,
Michelle, the whole reason I'm asking the question is because I want his point of view. So that's what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Danny, if you got something you think is going on here or not good for us, tell me because I haven't heard it yet. I'd like to hear it.
It's your ball. You run with it.
And you see, this is the problem. Rumor, innuendo, no facts. Bring me facts. I need factual information.
I'm asking for education about this that somebody may have, and I'm not getting it.
You gave him a large number of speculative things. Absolute speculation.
Okay.
You're saying there was nothing to say that the county can't come in and put something there. That is speculation. It's not factual.
All right. Without further ado, looking for a motion.
I'll make the motion.
All right.
I'll second.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Mr. Harper.
Yes.
So does it pass?
Yes.
You got Josh?
Yes, it is. All right, moving right along. Ordinances for introduction. Ordinance 24-2026, an ordinance of the Township, Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, repealing and replacing Township Code Section 190-43. Any questions amongst the council people? Conversation? Okay. If there's no questions on this, I'd like a recommendation to introduce for a second reading. Motion to introduce.
I'll motion to introduce ordinance number 2024 or number 24, 2026.
And that would be for our August
For
15th meeting, or is that
August 19th.
19th?
If there's
August
no
19th.
additional notice time on. I know it's zoning, but it's not changing zoning boundaries.
Doesn't need it. Okay, so for August 19th. It's, yeah, it's
Yeah. Harry, I just pulled my paper out. The only question I had on this.
Must go to the planning.
okay, so we have to give it to, so be our September meeting.
Wait, are they going to meet?
All right, so, well, we can always.
Harry, one question I had.
Yes,
I
go
made
ahead.
a note on this being that I'm on the planning board.
Okay, Dan.
But they waived bobolink, so they didn't have to put curbs and sidewalks in because the houses were in between houses that have been there, right?
Yeah.
So are we going to be able to go back to the trough and say,
Bobolink has not come to the planning board yet.
what's that?
Bobolink has not
All right,
come to
but
the
I'm
planning
just saying, I mean, what made us come up with this? Is there something else in the works that's going to contribute to sidewalks and curbs? Because we get, they were given a waiver, so they didn't have to do it with this development.
The way I understand this ordinance, the way it's read, is this: if we do give a waiver, we will be compensated so that we can do curb and sidewalk replacement in other areas.
Okay.
But it would not apply retroactive. I think that's your question.
Exactly.
But
You know,
Bobolink
so-
has not come to the planning
All
board
right,
yet. So
what prompted this, and who wrote it? This ordinance.
Ro, can you enlighten it?
Sure. So what's been happening for new homes, you're supposed to have sidewalk. So for, I guess, a long time, the township has been giving different homeowners waivers because there's no connecting sidewalk.
Exactly.
You have to create the trust in order. So if they go for a waiver, they still have to go before the planning board when it's our roads. They would have to go before the county for county roads and state for state roads.
Right.
That's just saying that even if everybody approves it, you still have to give us a formula they have based on per linear footage of the frontage. And it's beneficial to a developer to do it because they don't have the labor costs, but it's beneficial to us because we get continuity with the sidewalk so we can put a whole street in. We also should probably get a sidewalk plan that says where it's needed the most so
Well,
we can use that.
I mean, the reason I ran into problems with the township before with this over in the development behind Lake Valley. Remember the tree? On Scrapetown Road, the tree came out, ripped the curb, the sidewalk out, started a fire, and then you got the tree cut off. I'm there going back and forth like a tennis match. Who's responsible for the curb and the sidewalk? When the tree went up, it took out 50 feet of sidewalk.
Yeah.
So is it, they're trying to blame it on the homeowner. Well, he didn't plant the tree.
No.
It finally got resolved, but
And you can use it for things like that.
Right.
It still would need council's approval because it's a trust and it's really like under your direction.
yeah, I'm just, they put the curbs and sidewalks in, and then we got a tree program. Now they're going to plant trees, and 15 years from now, the tree's going to tear up the sidewalk, and then they want to blame it. They want the homeowner to pay for it, but it was the township that planted the trees. It's just, I don't know.
This would seem to bypass that by giving the waivers, and then they simply would put in money, and then the township would build the sidewalk, and then it would be the township's responsibility.
I don't know. But you take bobolink. they're building brand new houses, dropping them in front of the T&M homes. And the agreement was, well, nobody else has sidewalks or curbs. Why should we have to put it in for new construction?
That's
So
uh,
they're not getting it.
that's a much older issue. It's grandfathered. It's precedes this ordinance.
Yeah, no. But they already gave money away.
And if we'd had this ordinance back then, we would have gotten money.
All right. Anybody else have anything? If not, looking to entertain a motion. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm sorry. You did for the 9-2 meeting. Second on that.
I'll second it.
All right.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right. Ordinance 25-2026, ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, repealing and replacing sections of the Township's Code to establish a fund for compensatory tree replenishment. We have the ordinance already, but we're just creating the fund to put that ordinance, that money into. I think it's pretty cut and dry. Like I said, we established the
I
ordinance.
make a motion to approve 25.
I second.
Well, that would be for second
to
reading.
carry it
For carry it on, yes.
Yeah. Yep. Second reading. Can we do that next meeting? 8/19.
It looks like that ordinance once again modifies the zoning code
Okay, so we have
190. So
we have to wait for
No,
them for the
no,
other
it's
boards.
just no. This is just establishing a trust to put the money in. It doesn't have to go before the board. We already
If it modifies your existing.
Okay.
We have to wait till this.
Okay. All right.
So for the September meeting.
For the 9/2 meeting also. Okay. And that planning board's getting busy. I hope they show up. All right. So we got a motion and a second.
I'm sorry, I missed who made the motion.
No, Dan made the motion, then I second.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. Moving right along. Ordinance number 26, 2026. Bond ordinance providing for diameter primary tank improvements for the sewer utility of the Township of Pemberton and the County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1.589,313, therefore, and authorizing issuance of $1,589,313 bonds or notes of the sewer utility authority and the township to finance the cost thereof. Any questions amongst the council members?
Yes, I do have a question. Is what is the current condition of the primary tanks?
Jennifer.
I figured I couldn't get out of this one. The primary tanks right now, the interior of them is pretty rotted and corroded. It's the replacement of the mechanism, so they work. The secondary, there's two primary tanks. I believe they just had one of them replaced a year or two, or maybe that was the secondaries. I sometimes confuse the two tanks, but the work is needed to be done on them.
From what I read in the ordinance, they said that they'd replace the secondaries and that
Yes,
the primaries were
now
having issues, but they hadn't specified what the issues were. So I just wanted clarification.
Correct. It's the collector mechanism. So there was an emergency repair. There was an emergency declaration that was done a few meetings ago to buy replacement parts so that we could get them to continue to operate. But they're at the point now where you're just going to keep putting a Band-Aid on it until you actually fix it.
Is there a risk that with the walls in corroded condition that they could actually start to crack?
It's not the walls
Oh,
so
it's not
much,
the
it's
walls?
the way the clarifiers
Okay.
work without getting into too much detail is
Uh-huh.
you've got the collector mechanisms and the rake arms.
Okay.
It's that part
Oh,
that's
it's that
corroding.
part. Okay.
So the tank itself is
Mhm.
fine, but what allows the clarifier to clarify, so to speak,
Mhm.
that is what is the issue.
Okay. So the mechanism itself is breaking down.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, you really know your.
Any other questions amongst the council people? Yeah. If not, looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to bring this up for a vote and discussion at this we can do in the August meeting? Okay,
Yes.
yes. At the August 19th meeting.
Second.
Mr. Leroy,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Now we're really kicking. All right. New business. We have Public Works replacement of sprinkler heads at the senior center from Mid-Atlantic Fire LLC in a total amount of $7,397.61. Yeah, there was 2 bids on that. You see,
Yeah,
significantly different there on the pricing.
All right, my question is, everybody put their thinking cap on. I think it was around December. We had to have all the antifreeze replaced in that building.
And yes, we did approve that, but that project was held up because the fire inspector saw the need to replace the sprinkler heads. So there was no sense in changing the antifreeze until we changed the sprinkler heads.
Okay, well, I was under the impression because I questioned the thing with the antifreeze, and then I see this and they're changing the antifreeze again.
They're
But
they'll be
what, I mean, this goes back to last year. What took so long to get the problem straightened out? Now, is this 7,000 on top of what the other one was? Because it was a bill that we approved.
right. The other part is to recharge, drain and recharge.
Right.
But when the fire inspector came out and found there was problems with the heads, then they went and got prices. They didn't do that project. They waited because they knew any heads that were replaced, they would have to drain the liquid.
Okay. How long ago did the fire marshal come out and determine
I
this?
do not know the exact
Okay.
dates of that, but yeah.
So you don't think we have a problem here, right? You know, when you have a problem and somebody tells you it needs to get done, you got to strike the metal when it's hot. Because if one of those heads broke and flooded from the 3rd story all the way down to the 1st floor, we'd really have a big problem. And sprinklers are a serious problem.
Yes, that's why we're addressing it tonight.
I understand, but when did they find out it was bad? Because last year we approved the antifreeze and other repairs, and now I find out that it doesn't get done because there's another problem. Well, that was last year that we approved the last thing that never got done. You know, you can't put things off like that. You know, there's something wrong somewhere with the system.
So you're saying you want to hold this project off too? Is that
I'm not saying that, Harry.
that's
You
what I'm
guys
saying.
give us bills, and we have a question. Somebody should be here to answer the question. Because I was really whacked out of my head over the antifreeze price.
Right.
I was never told that there was a problem with sprinkler heads. We didn't do it. That's, you know, it's got to be done. I don't want to be here and have a fire and something happens to the seniors during the day. It's just that you got to get people to get on the ball to do their job. That's all I'm saying.
So when you saw this bill, did you call down and ask anybody?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
All right. That's all right.
Because, you know, I got a thing where I'm not, you know, you have to have an appointment.
Well,
just don't put it on me.
I'm
Just
not-
be more transparent with the council members. You know, I was under the impression that
All-
this was a done deal.
all-
Nothing got done.
All the council members have access to call and ask any questions they have.
Now, I don't have the time that you have to spend 6 hours a day.
Hey, Danny, it doesn't matter how much time I spend here and how little time you spend here. If you got a question to ask, you ask the question.
All right, it's all my fault. Put it
Uh,
in straight.
For over a year and a half, you wanted more access to the department heads. You got it. Now you don't use it. And if you don't want to ask them the question directly, you can come in and ask the question through Amy, and then she can send it down to them. There's ways to get your questions answered and not complain about it up here at the meetings.
Well, I just thought it was already handled because we approved it, and then it didn't get done.
Uh, But you didn't bother asking the question. That's all
Well,
I'm
I
saying.
took it for granted that this was another problem. That was my question, Harry.
Okay. All right. So now-
Motion to approve 12A1.
I'll second.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Sure.
Mr. Harper.
Absolutely. All right. Bill list for approval. Any questions on the bill list?
Nope, I had all mine answered already.
All right. Thank you very much, Charles. If there's no questions on the bill list, I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill list.
Second.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Sure.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Moving on. Mr. Solicitor, I just want to say, I want to say welcome back. Yeah, that's,
Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate it. It's good to see you.
yes, yes.
And I have nothing.
All right. Thank you very much. Mayor,
Chris, I echo what Harry said. Welcome back. It's good to see you. You look healthy. You look great.
I feel good. Thank
Good,
you.
good. I don't have much tonight. I do want to apologize for being late. I had a meeting in North Jersey and it went way too long. Last night was wonderful. National Night Out, Police Department, Fire Department, Rec, DPW. Great job. You pulled off an amazing event. That helicopter was phenomenal. Watched that thing land, and it was such an attraction. I mean, you saw the cops were so excited; they were running towards it. So that was really good. Our farmers market is really taking off. It's getting better and better at every event. And with regards to county-owned property in the township, one of the first discussions Rosemary and I had when I took the seat was how can we get all that county property back? And it's not as easy as saying, hey, can we please have it back? Can we buy it from you? There's a whole process. And unfortunately, the county is not very willing to just relinquish this property. I think the fact that we're swapping one for the other, I don't necessarily agree with that because I think we do a great job with that trail. But I think it's a means to an end. I think it's a way to break that seal and start taking back what's rightfully ours. See, Perry, I disagree with you.
Yeah, in public.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
But that's all I got. Thank you for sticking with us tonight. Almost 4 hours. I wasn't here that long, so anyway, have a great night. Thanks for sticking with us.
all right, Madam VA. All right. Any of our professionals or other department heads want to say anything? All right. Thank you for that. Councilman Dewey, you want to kick off?
Last night was probably the best touch a truck I've ever seen in a long time, and appreciate all the support that we got from our employees. They did a great job, and thanks everybody for coming out. We'll see you at the next meeting.
All right, Charles.
Well, we had a great event last night, and then next week we have St. Anne's. So nice to have a couple of back-to-back events.
Council President, can I interject one more thing? Did everybody see Charles dancing last night? He was doing the jig.
I don't think anybody videoed that. But
If you got it on video, post it.
Yep. That was me doing my Cotton Eye Joe dance, which I've developed over many years of water carnivals and so forth.
Thank you, Charles. Perry.
I too was up here last night, and I got to tell you, I was proud last night to be a member of Public Works at one time, as well as the police department here. I never had the pleasure with the fire department, but the presence of all three of the groups last night was pretty awesome. And I also walked around to watch their interaction with the public and the smiles on the kids' faces, and from Public Works across the police department right on over to the fire crew. I mean, it was an amazing interaction. It's something. It's sad to say we only really get to do it at that magnitude once a year, because it's what the public needs to see. It needs to see our guys up close, our girls know that they're human just like we are, and they love interacting with kids in the public. I mean, they're here for us. Why should we not get to know them all? And I'm very proud of all of them last night. That was an amazing display. Like I said, with Tommy being able to pull that off with that chopper coming in, I was at the far end of the field when that thing circled, and all I could hear was the voices saying, "Man, wouldn't it be cool if that thing landed?" And boom, next thing you know, the trees parted and it came. It was awesome to be a part of. And I was very proud of everybody last night. We did a great job. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Say what?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I just want to, add on to what everybody else said. It was a very wonderful event last night. All the departments that were involved did an excellent job volunteering their time. And I think all the kids had a great time, all the different things that went on there. Yeah. It's just the good things that we'd like to hear more about and less of the bad things. So thanks to all those people that made that happen. Just a few things coming up. Our next farmers market is August 15th. As the mayor said, it's becoming a very nice thing, well attended, getting a lot of good input about it. We have an event that's going to be coming up in September 14th. Just got that yesterday. The New Jersey Economic Development Association is going to run a information fair, I guess, and / job fair for small businesses in town for grants and loan programs to help small businesses. And a job fair, I know, I was told Taco Bell is going to be there getting ready to hire people for their Taco Bell that's supposed to open up. And hopefully there'll be other businesses in town. That'll be at the Country Lakes Firehouse on the 14th of September. We had nice car show a couple weeks ago. I unfortunately couldn't make it. I heard it was a nice event. I think that's all I got. I appreciate you all sticking with us. I'm sorry it took so long. Maybe next time we'll have a closed session so it'll go faster. I don't know. And with that, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.